Hey, Norm MacDonald's on the phone. You know I love Norm. And, Norm?
Yeah?
So, Norm, is it true?
How are you, Norm?
Is it true you've been up drinking all night?
What? Who told you that?
Gary.
Oh, yeah, no, because I had to stay up.
Right.
To write, so I decided to drink, but I'm not drunk.
What have you been writing?
What are you writing?
What?
What are you writing?
I have to write... I have to write this movie.
Oh, you're doing a movie?
Sounds like a school project.
Yeah.
I have to write this movie.
What do you got a date to turn it in?
What's your story, man? Like, I mean, someone hired you to write a movie?
Yeah, you know how comedians write movies and then they get to be in them?
Right.
Oh, you're writing your own movie?
Yeah, right.
Oh, like Austin Powers or something.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah. Why don't you just do Austin Powers?
That'd be great.
So you started to drink?
What?
You started to drink while you were writing?
What are you drinking?
No, I wasn't. I was just drinking some Fresca.
Fresca.
He likes to drink.
What is in that Fresca?
He drinks a beer and then he urinates in the beer bottle.
Good Lord.
And his whole apartment is filled with beer bottle urination.
No, let's forget about that.
Isn't that true?
No, that's...
Tell the truth. You're the one who told me that.
What?
What? Somebody told me.
No, he told me that.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought somebody else told us and he confirmed it.
Well, as Late Night with David Letterman inches toward the finale, many actors and comics are coming on to pay their final respects. Norm MacDonald closed out Friday's show by doing 5 minutes of stand-up and then paying a heartfelt tribute to his idol, saying Letterman is the greatest talk show host who ever lived. I have a couple of clips for you. The first clip is Norm fighting through tears, telling one last joke in Dave's honor.
I remember Dave differently because the first time I saw him, I was 13 years old. I was living in...
I was thinking about all those interns Dave had sex with and feeling bad for them.
I went to a talk show they had there, and David Letterman was the stand-up comedian on the show, and I loved stand-up. And David Letterman did this joke that I told everybody this joke. I love this joke. It still stays with me as my favorite stand-up joke ever, so I'd like to do it for you if you'd like to hear it. Because I was on the street the other day, and I saw a garbage truck, and on the back of the garbage truck there was a small sign that said, "Please do not follow too closely." Another of life's simple pleasures ruined by a meddling bureaucracy, ladies and gentlemen. You remember the old days when Dad would pile the kids in the station wagon and we'd all go out and follow a garbage truck?
I saw that, and all I could think of is I wasn't thinking about.
Sounds hot.
I wasn't thinking about Dave. I was thinking about Norm. Mm-hmm. Norm is perfectly capable of shaving and putting on a little Grecian formula and putting a tie and a suit on and going to New York and doing a really funny, kick-ass 5-minute stand-up comedy set. But then you talk to him about doing podcasts or projects or teaming up or whatever. It's like, Norm can't leave his apartment because if he gets up, he'll kick over a jug of urine and he'll lose his cleaning deposit, and he does not drive. He does not drive himself. Oh, no, he does not. By the way, move to L.A. and then make the proclamation, I don't drive. And it's like saying I can't be employed. He should just fucking take ropes and put himself onto the bed like James Caan in Misery.
He doesn't drive?
No, he does not drive.
Why?
He has a helper person, female, whatever. So it's so insane. And then, people tweet me all the time like, hey, get Norm on, man. You guys are dynamite together. Everyone loves you and Norm together. And I'm like, it would be awesome if he was capable of getting inside of a Volvo and propelling himself in my direction.
Where does he live?
He lives somewhere on the west side, sort of beach city.
Oh, he's in L.A.?
Yeah, he's in L.A.
Okay. All right.
He does not drive.
Well, that can be fixed.
I agree.
Are you taking his beautiful Dave Letterman moment and making it about the fact that you can't get him to do anything with
That's
you?
exactly what's happening. Yeah.
I just see the guy. I'm seeing it because he is so good when he wants to be
amazing.
good, and he's puts himself together, and it's perfect. And then you see him, and he's got like a gray beard, and he's walking around with Kleenex boxes on for slippers, and it's like, look, just fucking learn, get your driver's license, and come on out.
Yeah, join the rest of us.
It's in
society.
So, well, no, I feel like Norm's talent is being wasted in Norm's apartment instead of out with us.
Which I believe now. See, I don't know anything about what Norm's doing. You catch him every now and then on a clip. You catch him. Maybe he calls in somewhere, and I've seen him there. He seems to tweet a lot now, though.
Yes,
he'll tweet.
That's what you can do from
Your apartment.
your living room.
He'll watch an entire round of golf, the Masters. He'll tweet every shot. He'll go on long rants. Well, he showed up at the SNL thing.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's the whole thing.
He's capable.
He cleans himself up, he shaves, he puts on a suit, and he goes out and does a really funny stand-up set.
And you wouldn't even need him to clean himself up or a suit. I'm wearing pajamas right now with slippers.
I'm wearing fucking practically pajamas myself. I know. I just, all I'm saying is he is one of the funniest guys on the planet.
Oh,
it would
so
be
funny.
nice if he could, somebody just backhand him and yell, get hold of yourself. And then, give him a shot of vermouth or something and go, let's go. We're going down to fucking DMV.
Maybe that's
We're getting
you.
a license. I think I told him.
That guy sounds hot.
It's either that or Gilbert Godfrey. I can't remember. But I told one of them, I will teach you how to drive.
But you don't need to. If in his position, he can get someone to drive him places. Oh, there's Uber. I love Uber. Oh, you hate Uber?
No, I love it. I just can't. It's impossible.
The answer,
Anyway.
yes, is you could get someone to do it.
Has he never
Maybe
driven?
he just has a social phobia that only goes away when he goes to New York for major television farewells and finales.
Was there a driving-related trauma? I don't want to belabor this, but I'm fascinated.
No, there are many people that they're allowed to just announce to the world that they're nuts, essentially. And then they can do whatever idiosyncratic behavior they like, and then everyone just sort of covers for them. They go, Gilbert Godfrey or Norm or whoever, everyone goes, oh, well, they don't drive. But no one ever goes, why the fuck not? I've been driving since I was 15 and a half. It's
That's
no
like
big deal.
Bill Cosby doesn't have sex with women who are awake. That was his thing.
That's his thing.
He
Well, you know
announced
how
it.
it is.
Maybe
That's
he
the thing.
should have announced it.
He should have.
Yeah, we've been forgiving.
But I wonder if people, like you say, you don't like people who are not hardworking. I wonder, are there people who worked as hard as Steve did and does?
I was thinking when I said it that there's an exception. I know we're both admirers of Norm MacDonald, and he seems sometimes like someone who has something. It's his cadence. It's the way he talks. I don't know if he's a hardworking comic, but God, he makes me laugh. Mm-hmm. And his cadence, something is just wrong about it,
But I love Norm, and my guess is, what I know of Norm is that he may not be working hard.
No.
But what he has is the same result as somebody who's worked hard.
Yes, yeah.
Which is, again, enviable, admirable. But God, he makes me laugh. And I happened across some of his time on Weekend Update.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When you watch it now, you realize Norm just didn't care if it got a laugh.
No. And he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't care. And he had a joke. I think Downey wrote the joke. It was during the OJ trial. And there's a picture of Johnny Cochran holding up the knit cap with OJ sitting next to him. And God, no one could do this but Norm. Norm said, a little bit of a wrinkle for OJ in the trial today. Johnny Cochran stood up and held the knit cap that was found at the scene of the double murders. when OJ jumped up and said, "Hey, careful with that. That's my lucky stabbing cap." Who else could do that?
Right.
And he doesn't. And if it got nothing, he would stare.
Yeah.
And tell you your problem. I thought that was one of the best. Dark but fantastic,
Right.
and also no one could do it but him.
No, that's what I was going to say. I would, if somebody had pitched that joke to me at the height of the OJ trial, I would have laughed and not done it. Would you have done that joke?
No, I would not have done that.
Yeah.
I would have been queasy and it's tragedy and it was theater of some kind, theater of the absurd.
But the delivery, the persona, and the material, it's
perfect,
powerful. Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of entertaining celebrities, but Norm Macdonald used to come on our show in the early days, and those were, I thought, great television because we never knew it was happening, and it was always teetering on the edge of it was all about to blow up. It's all about to fail, and it would always end brilliantly. And then he stopped coming around, and it was just a period that passed. And I was always sad about that because I thought we're a very celebrity-conscious age, and people always think that the best guests are the biggest celebrities. Sometimes, the best guests are these people that you have a weird connection with, and it's compelling television. People see and they talk to me about it later on. Like I'll be out in the world walking around and people will say, "I saw that when you were with Harlan or when you were with Norm or with Will, and that really got wild and crazy in a way that they don't see on television now."
Have you, over the years, who are some of the people who have been your go-to people? That I just remember Dave in his early years had Terry Garr and he had Sandra Bernhard.
Yes.
And they were kind of magic together. Who are your...
I had so many people. Norm Macdonald was this person who would come. You all know Norm Macdonald, but Norm Macdonald, when we'd have him on in the early days, to this day, I've never interviewed anybody like Norm Macdonald.
Who was the best guest that you've ever interviewed, and who was the worst?
I love Will Ferrell. I also love Norm Macdonald because he comes on and his stories are all invented. None of them are real. They're all old farmers' daughters jokes. And he pretends he'll come on. I'll say, "What's up, Norm?" He'll be like, the other day I was walking down the road and a pirate comes up to, I'm like, "What?" Yeah, a pirate comes along and he's got 3 pigs with him. One of them is wearing a hat, one's got a pipe, and then it's just a complete waste of everybody's time that's absolutely delightful and hilarious. And so I love him.
Your favorite guests are always like the Bill Burr, Norm Macdonald,
Yes.
Michael off the rails, really fast type of guys.
Yeah. Norm Macdonald, one of the great talk show guests of all time. He invented something that Norm Macdonald invented this amazing thing that I've never seen anybody do before or since. It's kind of like he split the atom. It was that revolutionary. Norm would come on and he would, instead of telling you a real story, like if I had you on the show and you're like, "Hey, Bill, tell me, well, and remember when I was living in Chestnut Hill once," and you would tell a real story about what happened to you in your life. Norm tells old jokes as stories that happened to him.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, "Norm, what are you up to?" And I mean really old jokes from like the 1920s. And he'd be like, "Well, Conan, I don't know if you're aware that I purchased a farm, Conan." I'd be like, "Really? You purchased a..." Yeah, I purchased a farm. Of course, I have 3 daughters." And I'm like, "You have 3 daughters?" "Yeah, I have 3 daughters on the farm. One very attractive, one not as attractive, and of course the third not, kind of, well, she's ugly, Conan. She's ugly." And I'd be like, "Well, one day, this traveling salesman comes to the farm, and he says, now, Norm, I tell you." And then it's like he's telling an old traveling salesman joke.
Yeah.
But
about halfway through where it's going.
I usually know. I know kind of what he's doing. I'm laughing that he has the balls to do this. I'm laughing at the audacity. So I don't even care if this joke lands or not. I'm laughing that he's committing to the fact that, no, he doesn't have a farm. He doesn't have 3 daughters. There's no traveling salesman. But he doesn't care
in a way that is exhilarating and scary at the same time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
plus, he probably has some people in the audience who are taking completely seriously, right?
Yes. Yeah. He's got some people thinking.
We call them tourists.
Yes, we call them. They're usually from San Bernardino.
Well, Norm had the greatest talk show moment in the history of talk shows with Courtney Thorne-Smith.
That was epic. That was so great. And it's funny because
it's lived on. Who knew that we were going to have YouTube eventually?
You know
where
what?
We could just queue it up on command.
God bless YouTube. I had no idea when those things were happening. I thought, we're talking 1993, 94. When those things were happening, I thought, what did I know? I just thought if you were up and you saw it, that means you saw You saw an amazing thing happen. And if you, and then maybe if I get to stay on the air long enough, we'll have a 1-year anniversary show and maybe you'll see it then. But if you're not there for that, it's gone. And now I meet people, that around the world that will say, oh, I just saw that thing with you and Norm and Courtney Thorne-Smith. And I'll think, that was a moment of my life when I was 30.
Yeah.
And I'm like 85 now. Like, how is that possible?
Today there was a story about, Dave Chappelle released a special on Netflix today.
Oh, he did today?
And, and there's a joke in there where he says that it was okay what Kevin Spacey did to Anthony Rapp because Anthony Rapp grew up to be gay anyway. And he went on to say it's actually not okay, but he's taking some heat for it. Do you think it's right or wrong or for him to say something like that? Do you think it's okay to say? Or what do you think?
I think Chappelle's the greatest comedian.
If women are actually equal to men, then there would be no WNBA, would there? You would just be good enough to play in the NBA with us. Or, here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the fuck up.
After closing out a successful first season, the WNBA is considering several changes to improve the level of play in the league next year. Among the proposals, extending the playoffs, increasing salaries, bringing back the three-point line, and replacing all the female players with guys. The WNBA officials expanded to 10 teams this week, adding franchises in Detroit and Washington, D.C. But before you get too excited about the new additions to the league, remember, all of the players are still women. They stink at basketball, that's the problem. Other than that, it'd be a good, good game, but they're all horrible, so it makes for a kind of a boring game.
The next time I watch a WNBA game will be the first time I watch a WNBA game.
I know more than half the people in this room have been molested in their lives. But it wasn't no goddamn Michael Jackson, was it? This kid got his dick sucked by the king of pop.
Yeah. I mean, even like you say, your unwanted WNT allegations against Michael Jackson, there had to be kids that were like, well, this is pretty cool. Yeah. This is not some old pre.
I know it's time to close my eyes to old ends, open up to new friends, leave my heart in Berlin, where the tables turning, seeking.
Do you want to do some jokes, David?
Fuck, something, yeah.
Here's a very, what do you call it? When a joke is just ripped from today's headlines.
We have to explain how the joke
Topical. Topical.
After being drafted in the 7th round by the Rams, Michael Sam kissed his boyfriend. The celebration didn't end there because on ESPN2 there was full insertion. This is a joke.
That's good.
A Westchester parking enforcement officer stole $89,000 in quarters. How much laundry does this guy need to do?
No, this is a good performing joke.
The man behind the voice of Tony the Tiger. Sadly, the man behind the voice of Tony the Tiger died at 64. His last words, "I don't feel great." I gave it something.
Yeah.
Are these left over from when you did updates?
We are living in a golden age.
I go, can we just tell people we went on the behind and we don't have to really do it?
The behind.
I'm trying to clean up your fucking show. We're living in a golden age of Adam masturbating to interracial granny porn.
Jen told you that one in confidence. That's fine.
To stop a pit bull attacking her daughter, a Texas man bit the dog. Well, that's an interesting story. A man bites a dog. It's not what I would call news.
Man bites dog?
Yeah.
It used to be dog bites man, right?
Yeah.
Is that the joke?
Yeah.
I don't get this. I don't get it. Really. Do you write these for real? These come from the fucking YouTube subscribers or whatever.
Oh, you know the search for the Malaysian Airlines? Did you hear about the latest?
I heard it was missing.
Yeah, well, did you hear about the latest?
No.
Here, it's on this card.
Oh, okay. The search continues. In related news, a plane was spotted by some cavemen in the year 365 BC. I don't totally get it. It was back in time?
Is the final joke in my hand.
Thank God. Are we getting the wrap up?
I may not have book smarts, but you know what I have? Supermarket flyer smarts. You know where I got them? From reading a lot of supermarket flyers.
That can't be one of the jokes, is it?
Jesus.
Dude.
Did you ever think?
I smell a mass firing. Is this going to go down as a test show?
No.
You better fucking air it.
Listen, did you ever think that I wanted to...
Jesus Christ. Test show, test show.
Final joke.
It's growing on me.
From David Spade, a man in Chippewa. A man in Chippewa.
Did you help me like
well,
that
just
one? A man in Chippewa allowed a hyena to eat his penis after being told by a witch doctor it would help him become rich. Is it me or does it sound like that hyena and witch doctor were in cahoots? That's pretty. I'm glad you saved that for that.
And we're going to read jokes. We read jokes.
I thought you were going to talk about this thing.
We're going to talk about the man. What about the man grate?
Is that like a genital cleanser?
No! No, my God. What is the man grate, you ask?
Okay.
Huh?
Fine, I didn't, but...
You didn't ask. It is 100% made in America. Cast iron grilling grates.
Iron. You don't pronounce it iron.
That's what everybody tells me.
It's the iron horse. Like Lou Gehrig was the iron horse of baseball.
Yes.
The word I-R-O-N is iron. No, iron.
Cast iron.
Iron?
Cast iron grilling grates that are
kidding when you say iron?
You know what? Don't be like Larry King. That I say iron and he's up my asshole for 4 days.
It should be iron. That's what makes English the world's toughest language.
Yeah?
You know, right? Sure.
It is the
Because
toughest
language
To me, it's the easiest. Man great. Great. Have you heard of the man grate?
Yes, I have.
You have?
Yeah.
Where'd you hear about it?
On Adam Carolla's podcast.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that? Do you have a father? Man grate is the perfect gift for this Father's Day. Is he alive?
Yeah.
Yeah. 100% made in America. If he was dead, it would have been a really bad moment in the commercial. Your dad's alive?
No.
God damn it. I'm sorry about your dad.
That's fine.
Your father's dead. But you have children. You are a father.
Yes, and I'm not dead.
Yes.
Maybe you'll give me one and
I'll give you one. Is your mom still alive?
My mom?
Yeah.
No, she's dead.
Jesus Christ, is any of your relatives alive? It was man great. They're revolutionizing the way people grill. What, Adam Egan? It's true. You haven't heard of the revolution? You can put chicken on this or steak. That's not that unique. It has heavy duty grilling grates. Why are you laughing? You think the grilling grates are flimsy?
These are very heavy.
Yes, no, but that's part of the charm. It weighs a lot of pounds.
Is that heavy?
Yeah. Listen, man, what was that Vegas story?
Shit. Jesus Christ. Sorry. What is in that?
Again. It's revolutionizing the way people grill.
Jesus.
What?
I thought it was like a, all right.
You want to hear what it has?
Yeah.
It has heavy-duty grilling grates. Listen. No more dry meat. What do you think of that?
Good. You want your meat juicy?
Oh, come on now. Don't make it sound like a fat, plumpy, delicious cock. No more flare-ups. You know, in your barbecues, always big flare-ups. It was named one of 2012's best grilling accessories. There's more facts about the man grate than about Nick. Why are you laughing? You're making a mockery out of the man grate. Chicken, steak has never tasted so good. Hey, how about this? Each NORM MACDONALD show order comes with a heavy-duty grilling brush.
Jesus.
You don't want to put that on your not dry meat.
Look at that. Those things are dirty.
No.
That's from the iron.
Are you sure?
Yes. Well, it's not from my cock.
What?
I just went to the bathroom. You say cock so much.
I'm in your butt.
Oh my God. Well, listen, man. Hey,
your mouth is my toilet.
Again. This commercial is like a mini-series. Are you a jingoist? 100% made in America. 100% cast iron. Mangrate.com. Thank you, Andy. That's yours. You just threw your own going away present with contempt to the floor. That was our only sponsor.
Oh, yeah, and you lost.
Yeah, now we found out we lost Mangrate as a sponsor. And then earlier today, I think we were told legally we can't say we lost them as a sponsor even.
Yeah, I think we were still waiting to find out if we were allowed to say that.
But anyways, that was
who cares?
Schwartz.
We lost them.
That was Nick Schwartz and that it all up.
You say there's no way we could go back, and that I've broken what we had. I wish that you would come around.
One of your lesser known, but one of my favorite things you've ever done is a commercial you did for the Man Grate.
God. That's an online only thing, don't you think?
It's got like 100,000, maybe a couple of million views. And I just want to know, did they ever come around to your interpretation of their ad and their product?
No, what he's referring to is I have this podcast that, I do this podcast, I don't make any money off it. And then they're like, do this commercial. I'm like, fucking, I don't even make any money. And so there was this goddamn thing called a Man Grate. And it weighed like 100 pounds. It was supposed to be some sort of cooking device for steak. And I had to read all this thing. And I couldn't even lift it. And I was like sweating profusely. And talking about what it was. And then, I don't know.
It gets very colorful.
Like what?
It gets very colorful.
It gets very colorful. Yeah, and I'm not going to say what I said here in a house of worship. But no, they never came around to seeing the...
That sponsorship ended.
that sponsorship ended without amicability. The richest girl in the world, billionaire Athena Onassis, celebrated her 10th birthday this week. What's it like to be the richest girl in the world? Well, to give you some idea, at the party, they had 2 cakes. And now, Weekend Update would like to wish a happy birthday to comic legend George Burns, who turned 100 years old today. You know, I don't know the secret to his longevity, but I think I speak for all of us when I say I hope Pauly Shore doesn't know it either. Well, a big seller this holiday season is Michael Bolton's Christmas album, This Is the Time. Happy birthday, Jesus. Hope you like crap. Kenny G has a Christmas album out this year. Hey, happy birthday, Jesus. Hope you like crap. Well, I don't know. This week, the chairman of the board, Frank Sinatra, turned 81 years old, and he was honored by having the Empire State Building lit in blue. Also, in Mr. Sinatra's honor, the Empire State Building had the Twin Towers rough up the Chrysler Building. Frank Sinatra turned 80 this week. Frank Sinatra. And although the singer is said to be suffering from Alzheimer's, he had a typically festive birthday, singing a duet with a hooker and having sex with Tony Bennett. Probably going to end up in Jersey with a meat hook up my ass, but it was a good joke. Celebrating April 1st birthdays. This is a sort of news thing. Russian pianist Sergei Rachmaninoff, who was born on this day in 1872.
Yeah, I know that dude.
Rapper Method Man is 41. Debbie Reynolds turns 80 today. Rachel Maddow is 39. And former German Chancellor Helmut Schmidt would have been 95 today. April Fools, former German Chancellor Helmut Schmidt is alive and well.
In England, a woman was arrested for throwing a birthday party for her 16-year-old son that included marijuana, alcohol, and strippers. Now she's got even bigger problems. What to do for his 17th birthday?
Whatever. Kim and Kanye celebrated their baby Northwest's, his name's Northwest, his 1-year birthday by throwing a big party. What's that?
It's a her.
Oh, it's a girl. Yeah, Northwest, of course. I should have known by the name. North, yeah. Anyway, she had her 1-year birthday, and they threw a big party with jugglers, a bouncy house, and a Ferris wheel. The bad news is that Northwest is a baby, so it doesn't know what the fuck is going on. It's like a Gilbert Gottfried joke.
Okay. Today is the 11th birthday of President Obama's youngest daughter, Sasha, or as I like to call her, the uppity one.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Jesus
I'm a regular mortal.
Super Dave Osborne on the line.
I was going to ask you to phone Super Dave. Yeah.
How's it going, Super Dave? Hey,
Happy birthday, Norm.
Is it my birthday?
It's tomorrow your birthday.
Tomorrow's your birthday. That's why I'm calling.
Super
Dave. I
Dave.
got you a picture of Sarah Palin's husband.
Oh.
And I had to make the X very big.
That's good.
Oh, no one asked you to comment what's good.
No, I
You know what makes me upset?
What?
Let me tell you what makes me upset is with all the crap that's going on in our country, OJ is not going to be able to vote. You know, McCain thinks that Obama was driving the Bronco.
Oh, he gave you a rim shot,
Yeah,
Super
that's
Dave.
right.
I know, that's what he does. He gives me a rib. Norm, happy birthday. You know how funny this guy is?
Yeah, I do.
He's the greatest. What's he doing in Chicago?
What are you doing in
Hey,
Chicago?
You know who's luckier, Fox? They got Philadelphia and Tampa Bay.
Philadelphia and Tampa.
That ought to be that might be right below till death do us part.
Once again, the stylings of Super Dave Osborne. Super Dave Osborne with Norm MacDonald in the studio. Norm MacDonald at Zanies. Go to Zanies.com for more information. Back to Super Dave, already in progress. Hey, are you voting for Joe the Plumber, Super Dave?
Joe the Plumber. That was the most insane. You know what? I think that McCain, I mean, first of all, he's not the same McCain I used to see. I mean, but he's a totally different man. I mean, I think he's wild. Even his wife doesn't stand too close to him now at the end. But I think there's a trigger word like banana where you get him to come right over the desk.
He did look angry.
Didn't he look angry last night? And his eyes were rolling, and he almost came. And what I love is when Obama's talking, he goes, "Yep, sure, yeah, okay."
He did. But I thought McCain won the debate, but everybody else.
He did, but he was wild.
Yeah, he was insane.
He came in there, he was white. It was like one of those fights where you beat a guy up on the ground, you know, those things.
No, he won. So you believe he did win the debate, right? I thought he made Obama look uncomfortable, I thought.
Yeah, but...
Well, I was uncomfortable, too. How could you not be uncomfortable?
Well, let me hear something here.
Senator Obama, I am not President Bush. I don't care about an old washed-up terrorist. If you wanted to run against President Bush, you should have run 4 years ago.
Why would he call him a washed-up terrorist?
You know what would have been funny is if when he said, "Do you think Sarah Palin could be president," that all of them just laughed till the debate was over?
I tell you, they should have had that music. I think Bob Schaefer, though, is the best moderator. I was saying that.
He really is, except he fell asleep once.
During it.
But yeah, he kept forcing them to answer the question.
You know that if Sarah Palin and Dan Quayle had a baby, it would be George W. Bush.
Super Dave, you gotta keep this stuff for Match Game.
Match Game?
Why did you bring that
Now, wait a minute. What are you talking about? No, tell me. Norm, tell me.
You know what? I'll tell you something, Johnny. I'm never calling you again. And Norm, I love. First of all, Norm is the funniest man in the world, and he's a great father, but he's impossible to get a hold of.
I just got a hold of him.
Yeah, but he never calls you back. You leave messages, and he never calls you back.
No, we got to get together, though, man.
No. You always say that. We always do, and we never do.
Hey, guess what? Guess what, Super Dave? This will pay. Now it makes perfect sense to me. I hear this about you, Norm. That Super Dave, I don't believe he's telling. I don't think he's embellishing. I think he's telling the truth.
No, I am telling the truth. Let me tell you something. How old are you going to be tomorrow?
46.
He doesn't have a driver's license.
He doesn't drive. Now,
what does that say to you?
A lot of people are like that. Actually.
Okay, no, they're not. A lot of people aren't like
that. If you're 96, what about opening the debates last night with all the crap that is going on?
Wait, let's go back to the match game. All right, now here he is. It's time now for Super Dave. This question is: Norm MacDonald does not blank. All right.
This is the way you want to play.
No, I don't want to play. No.
This is the way we're playing.
All right, Super. Wait a minute.
This is the way we're going.
Super Dave.
Super Dave.
I want to agree with what you said about Norm MacDonald here in the studio. I want to tell you what I think. I heard that he has not spoken to his own brother in 5 years.
That's ridiculous.
Well, sometimes you take a break.
No, wait. True or false? Have you spoken to your brother? You have two brothers, right?
Yeah.
One of them is in Canada. Both are in Canada, right?
One's in Washington. One's in Canada.
You have not spoken to your brother. Is it Neil? Is it?
What are you telling
me? Is it true or false?
Stuff?
Is it true or false? We're talking with Norm MacDonald, actor, writer, producer, stand-up comedian. Super Dave Osborne one time said, "I can never get him to return calls." His brother Neil MacDonald, who lives in a farm town in Quebec City, says he has never returned his calls in 5 years.
That's ridiculous.
Is that true, Neil?
Listen, I'm a Canadian reporter living in Washington, D.C. I'm used to not getting my calls returned.
Yeah, Neil, how you doing?
That's your brother, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Super Dave, his brother, Neil, answer the question to see if so Super Dave will not feel bad. Neil, have you spoken to Norm, your brother, in the last 5 years?
I haven't spoken to Norm in a long time. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to get your calls returned.
Wait, Super Dave. See, I always think Super Dave's kind of lying.
So Super Dave's first name is Super?
Yes.
So, like, if I called myself Great Neil, you'd have to call me.
You know, Neil, there's a reason he hasn't talked to you in 5 years. Because you bore the living crap out of him. Now, let me tell you this. The Queen of England is walking with an administrator in the hospital.
What?
I said the Queen of England England is walking with an administrator in a hospital. She walks by a room, and a man is masturbating. She said, "Oh, my God, what's going on?" He said, "Well, he has a problem. It's a physical problem, and if he doesn't do that 5 times a day, he could explode and die." She said, "Oh, I'm sorry." Then they go to the second floor, where she walks by a room, a nurse is giving a man oral sex. She says, "Oh, my God, what's wrong?" He said, "He's got the same problem as the guy on one, but better insurance."
All right. No, but if that was in Canada, the government would provide it.
See that? You know who should hook him?
Norm, wait another 5 years. I'm telling you, that's what he does. If he comes back with that Canadian crap, don't talk to him.
Now, listen, here's what I want to know. I want to know how a guy, you're 46, are you, Norm?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to know how a guy who was born 46 years ago in Quebec City and grew up in the same house I did acquired a Brooklyn accent. What the hell, where'd that come from?
Wow.
Do I have a Brooklyn accent?
I don't know, but your brother now is dogging you. Super Dave is correct.
And I'm seeing him on Bill O'Reilly. Norman is one of the 37 Americans left who still think George Bush is doing a great job.
Wow.
I do?
No wonder you haven't talked to your brother in 5 years.
No, I think...
Someone just drop an anchor off the boat. Weren't we sailing in comedy heaven and someone came on and just dropped the Canadian anchor?
I'm not a
off the side of the
professional
boat?
comedian. I'm very funny, though. I'm a very funny guy.
Well, why don't you show it? What are you waiting for? How old are you?
No, I think George Bush is terrible.
Wait, let's go here.
No, George Bush is not terrible. Terrible is one thing. George Bush has to climb up to be terrible.
Super Dave Osborne with
What
us.
do you want?
Norm MacDonald in the studio, and his brother Neil just joined us.
Any other family members that can really make this a party?
Listen, it's great. It's great being on the same line with you there, Super. I watch you on Larry David. I think it's pretty funny.
Oh, then I like you. I take it.
Oh! Look at that. He loves him on Curb Your Enthusiasm, and now he's a fan.
Oh, I'm a big fan.
Big fan of Neil MacDonald's, are you?
I can tell you how to get back down another 5 years.
I can tell you how to get the CBC's news show online there, Super. You can watch it on your computer. I'm sure you will.
Thank you very much. Are you a sheltered person like Norm is?
No.
But you know what? Can I say something about Norm that no one knows?
I spend all my days trying to get people to call me back here. I mean, I'm one of these ignored.
Quiet down, Neil. I'm talking.
Super Dave is talking.
Great father.
No, Super Dave is yelling.
I'm telling you that. Well, how else am I going to make my point? Norm is a great father. I don't know if you know that. I'm serious.
I do. And Dylan's a great boy. He looks a lot like Norm did when he was young. That same sort of angelic blonde thing going there, you know.
Okay, take over the show and I'll quiet down. Let's see what happens.
Just a second once.
See if Johnny,
yeah, go ahead.
Johnny loses the call letters totally.
No, but Super.
What?
Neil actually lives in Washington. He doesn't live in Canada.
I'm going to Canada in 2 weeks.
But he lives in Washington.
I haven't lived in Canada for 10 years.
Why do you live in Washington?
Because I'm a foreign correspondent for Canadian television.
Oh, that's a good job.
Yeah, Norm, that is right, Super Dave. It is a good job.
I said it's a good job.
Yeah.
What do you want me to say?
You didn't mean it.
I did mean it. You know, no one asked you to interpret for me.
I'm just kidding.
This is not the match game, my friend.
The match game with Super Dave Osborne. The match game. Neil MacDonald, Washington, D.C. Norm's older brother is a blank.
Norm, why don't you call me back?
Is a blank. Super Dave, he is a blank.
Norm, why don't you call? Hey, Berta says happy birthday, too. Why don't you call me back?
Oh, give my love to Berta, man. We'll go eat.
Yeah, let's go eat.
Yeah.
And you know what? We'll talk about your brother.
Yeah, Super Dave said he's going to go eat with me like 90 years ago. I've never even met him.
Oh, no kidding. He always says that. That's his line. That's Super's line.
No, it is
Let's
fair.
go eat, and
Yeah.
then you never get a dinner. You're like Red Buttons, you know?
Yeah, that's right. And Red Buttons is dead, Norm.
You're like
Red Buttons was waiting for Super to fucking...
Right.
And I never got a dinner.
You know what's funny?
What?
It's not funny. It's not funny.
I'm hurting and I'm angry.
Americans
but this is
are hurting.
not funny.
Right
We're
now,
hurting.
they're angry. They're hurting and they're angry.
We're hurting.
They're angry.
We're angry?
They're hurting.
I'm hurting.
Americans, all right.
I'm hurting.
They're angry.
And I'm angry. We are. We're all hurting and we're angry by all of this.
You know, Norm and I were going to do a radio show,
That's right.
but then Neil wouldn't be a part of it, so we said no.
Neil, why don't you help those guys out with their radio show? Norm, Super Dave, and Neil MacDonald.
Yeah, that's just what they need.
They do. Hey, listen, do you want to say happy birthday to your brother here?
Yeah, you know, Neil sounds like a good guy. How come you never call him?
Yeah, why don't you ever call your brother? Norman's terrible. That's terrible.
No, I'm going to start texting.
No, what?
You do that.
Wait.
I hate that so much.
I want to be clear.
He doesn't have a cell phone. That's nonsense.
You hate texting?
I hate texting. I hate it.
Hey.
I hate people walking around staring at their hand.
Welcome to the 21st century, buddy.
It is.
Yeah, come on.
I love texting.
Yeah.
You know why?
Texting?
It's very quick. Right to the point. Get to the point.
What's wrong with talking?
Nah, it's too much trouble. Too much trouble. Norm, wait a minute. You don't have a computer, do you? Or you don't drive a car?
No, I don't.
You don't have a computer?
I have a computer, but I don't.
Say happy birthday to Norm now.
Happy birthday. Berta says happy birthday. Teddy says happy birthday. And Lori Jo says happy birthday. And we hope to see you soon, but we know we won't because we'll call and you won't return our call.
You better return his call, Norm.
Yeah, why don't we have go to dinner?
Yeah, but that's what I say, and then all I get is that stupid.
You like steak?
Leave a message.
How about you like steak, right?
Yeah, well, where do you want to go?
Houston's?
Let's do it.
Go to Houston's in Century City Plaza.
Yeah, you know that Houston?
Sure, yeah, that's where you go.
Did you hear what Johnny B just said?
That's exactly where we're going.
That's when you got to go. To go to the one in Century City Plaza.
No, that's where we've gone before. That's why I'm so amazed that you said that. Whenever me and Super Dave get together, we get together at the Century City.
That's where we go.
But are you amazed that Johnny B just said that?
No, Johnny B never. I mean, he does things that amaze me all the time. I wish he was back on the air.
Hey, Super, because they have great food at that Houston's.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's good food.
Artichoke dip.
Artichoke dip. There you go. Hey, Super, when you guys go, can I go with you guys?
You know how much fun that would be.
Oh man, but Neil's got to come though. Really?
Neil will wait on us.
Neil?
How would you like to have Neil as your waiter? I'll have steak. I wouldn't.
I'll have steak? I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
Oh, God. All right, Super Dave Osborne and Norm MacDonald appearing at Houston's.
And Norm, wish Neil a happy birthday if he has one, okay?
Wait.
Kenny G has a Christmas album out this year. Hey, happy birthday, Jesus. Hope you like crap. But you know, it is rather daunting to me. I'm just a guy, you know? What the hell am I? And here I am, you know, I look out, I see President Bill Clinton, you know, I see Secretary of State Madeleine Albright, you know, media mogul Rupert Murdoch, you know, broadcast legend Larry King, you know, pornographer Larry Flint, you know, Dick Morris. The list is starting to drop off a little, folks, but still, you get the idea. It's daunting.
And did you meet anybody, any heroes of yours? You meet any big celebrities?
Yeah, I met Larry Flint. He's not my hero, but he's a guy. He's a famous guy.
Sure, he's famous. He's well known.
Yeah, I enjoy meeting famous guys, you know. And he came out, he's in a wheelchair, and he talks like this. He goes, and, but he was, it's not his fault. It's not his fault.
No.
He was shot. So, anyways, excuse me, I'm sorry, folks. Larry Flint and Dick Morris are giving some sort of hand signals to each other over there. I don't know what the hell that's all about, but it's kind of hard to concentrate. Larry Flint is here tonight. But also present this evening, Madeleine Albright, the Secretary of... He said, because I was in the movie The People Against Larry Flint.
Versus Larry. You were in the movie. The People versus. It was a famous movie, and you're in it.
I was in it. I was one of the people that was versusing it.
Okay.
So I said to him, he said to me, hey, no, he's a good guy. No, but this is what he said to me, Conan. He goes, hey, He goes, when you're in Los Angeles, you know. I told him I was coming to Los Angeles. He goes, when you're in Los Angeles, he goes, look me up. He goes, I'll take care of you.
When other people say that, you think, like, that means nothing, but coming from him.
Like, if my Uncle Phil told me that from Minneapolis, I'd think, if he went, hey, I'll take care of you when you come to Minneapolis, that means, like, I'll make you a nice chicken pot pie. You know? But Larry Flint, that means, you know, I'll get you a couple of hot, dirty broads, you know, and then while you're having sex with them, I'll come into my wheelchair. You know? Who knows what it means?
Okay.
I met Larry Flint because we have a thing here in the United States where you go and talk in front of the president. So you do a stand-up comedy, which is what I do.
To the president?
To the president and a bunch of press people.
When?
It's like a roast.
Yeah. You never heard of that? Never heard television?
Go and do comedy at the president.
Yeah.
He sits down, you go and do some comedy.
Well, not right to him, not just one-on-one. There's a bunch of press people.
The White House Correspondents'
Anyway, it's called the White House Correspondents'.
When I accepted the honor of performing here tonight, one thought crossed my mind, and that was, please, God, don't let me bomb in front of the president.
Anyway, the point of it is this. Larry Flint was there, right? So afterwards, I went up to Larry Flint, and I'm very uncomfortable around anyone's, wheelchair.
Why?
Or any sick person.
You're worried about it. You don't know what to say. You don't know if to address it or not.
Yeah, and I'm worried about my own mortality.
You think it's almost infectious?
Yes, I really do believe that they don't tell you how many contagious things there are. So I got close up to him, which you have to do with these fellas, and I said, hi, Larry, and he said, hi. So I said, no, of course. I just agreed with him. Anyways, he said to me, he said, whenever you're out in California, come on over, I'll take care of you. So I was like, oh. And then I thought about it. I live in rural Canada. Now, my Uncle Basil, if he said, hey, anytime you're in the Ottawa Valley, come on over, I'll take care of you, that would mean he would make me a nice mincemeat pie, and Aunt Ida would play on the piano, and it'd be a heck of a thing. But when Larry Flint says, I'll take care of you, I assume that means I'll be having sex with an odd-looking lady, and then he'll come in.
A masturbating, voyeuristic, bewildered Larry Flint that's conjecture. But I think what is reasonable, Norm, is that him saying, I'll take care of you. Because if it was like a man that ran like a vegetable store, I'll take care of you, you might think that you're going to get some beets, some juices. I don't think you'd be paying for the pornography. I think a friendship with Larry is a portal to pornography.
Oh, absolutely.
I see.
Norm MacDonald Live premiered over 2 years ago. One thing has remained consistent throughout. Jokes. So we're going to do some jokes with, this is a rather troublesome thing I've got to address. This was in Adam Eagle's dressing room. If you can read it, it says, ISIS hunting permit.
It's not mine. I don't know. It's not mine.
Whether or not it's yours, you were defending it earlier when we talked about it just now. I said, what does this mean even? ISIS hunting permit. Everyone would want to kill ISIS. And then you said, no, I wouldn't want to kill ISIS.
I don't, no, I think you're...
What did you say just now?
No, I'm saying that, first of all, it doesn't make sense.
But when I said ISIS hunting permit, I said, wait, does that mean ISIS hunting permit, does that mean that this is supposed to be taken as some sort of redneck thing?
Yeah, it seems like it would be on like
Why would this be a redneck thing?
Well, it just seems typical of something you'd see on the back of a pickup
truck. Right, but I said after that, I said, but no, everyone would want to kill ISIS. And then what did you say?
I think that it's just, the thing is that somebody would use that as permission to kill Muslims, just because they couldn't differentiate between who is ISIS and
why
who
would
is,
they not say Muslim hunting permit?
Well, because they sort of look at all Muslims as being ISIS, That's the problem when people want to deport all the Muslims from America. They think that they're all part of ISIS, when in truth they're not. They're not at all.
Okay.
It's like saying somebody like Timothy McVeigh is all Christians.
Yeah, I've read some figures of about 80% of a lot of these nations don't agree with it. They're against ISIS.
Well spoken.
The point, I don't know where you found it. It's not from my dressing room. I don't have a dressing room.
Well, who
It's not
cares
from
about
my
a dressing
car.
room? We're talking about it. Did you hear what?
Yes, I agree with everything Margaret just said. 1,000%.
Yes, I mean I don't disagree. I think ISIS is terrible.
Absolutely.
And everybody here listed, Boko Haram in particular, I have a lot of rage towards. However, somebody would take this in the wrong way. I mean, somebody would look at this and think of it as permission to kill all Muslims, which is sort of a sentiment that's going around in conservative circles, which is not the right way to look at Muslim America.
Yeah, it's like after 9/11, people were shooting Sikhs, people from India who had nothing to
do.
Yeah,
and it's just this unawareness of
it's ignorance.
People who are different from them. Not even different in
Well,
America.
I can't say my friend's name, but he said his biggest fear is that ISIS or some terrorist group like that will get a hold of a dirty bomb and explode it over a major city within the United States and kill tens of millions of people. Because then the blowback against innocent Muslims would be absolutely terrible.
Yeah, that's horrific.
That's true.
All right, let's do some jokes.
That went well.
These broken pieces I hold in my hands don't have a chance to mend at all. Before they get thrown into chaos again, I try to pretend I'm whole enough. Standing this world so unsteady.
Josh.
Now, this is a great joke. This is, I think, just a classic joke. This may have been written by, who's this new boy that I've taken quite an unhealthy interest with?
Black.
Huh?
Scott Black.
Scott Black. Black.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me a partridge in a pear tree.
Hi, honey. Yeah, I just got it. It's terrific. It looks like some kind of a bird in a tree. Oh, you don't say, a partridge, huh? Well, it's great. Well, of course it was a surprise, honey. I was expecting a hat. Well, you know, I have been dropping some broad hints about maybe getting a hat. Oh, no, this is much better. It's like two gifts in one. I mean, I get the partridge, and I get a tree.
We now return to 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, as read by Norm MacDonald.
'Twas the night before Christmas. Wait, 'twas? What's 'twas? Is that short for it was? What kind of rush are you in, man? You can't just say it was. Oh, you saved a lot of time there, fella. Oh, don't come at me with that it was stuff. I got things to do. Got to get down to the donut shop. You know, 2 days ago, I was at the donut shop, and I said, hey, donut guy, you got anything warm back there? He says, try the fritters. They were. They were? What does that even mean? They were. You must mean twere. The fritters twere warm. What's that? We're out of time. Oh. I'm fired. Hey, you know O.J. Simpson is a wife-beating murderer, right? Oh, right. Was. 'Twas!
Connected to our senses. Found a way to let you in.
The Washington Post. Large Joe, I think you stuck your hand in front of it. So we are on. Just don't go in front of the camera.
You want to be seen doing this?
This is Norm MacDonald. Norm.
Say what? Wait, Norm. Say one more time.
Do you want to be seen doing this?
No, and I'm not. Until I was. Can
This
we
is
start
live.
over?
No, we can't. It's live. You can't start over. So I'm Jeff Edgers. I'm the national arts reporter at the Washington Post. We are backstage. This is what happens behind the scenes when an author is signing his books. Norm.
Yes, sir.
You're Norm MacDonald.
Yes, I'm Norm MacDonald. I used to be on the TV, but now
you still are on TV.
I'm an author.
Norm has written this book, Norm MacDonald, based on a true story, a memoir. How would you describe this book?
It's a book that it's a book that instead of facts, I used truth.
Is that a good? Do you think people will understand that?
No, they might not understand that.
Yeah.
It's partly fact and partly fiction, as Chris Gustafson would say.
And what are you doing right now?
Now I'm
very
doing
mechanical.
This, yes, the thing that this is not my idea. I'm signing my name on a bunch of books. The problem is later people will want me to write something to them. You know, like you say this is Deceive, your best friend ever, stuff like that. I get a lot of that.
But you feel like this is saving a lot of time.
No, I don't. I'm just doing what I'm told, like some kind of monkey, you know, on an organ.
So Norm, this book is, there are many things we could say about this book, but it details your time on Saturday Night Live, right?
That's right. It details my time on Saturday Night Live.
It talks about your celebrity friendships.
Yes, I've friends with lots of celebrities. I make it a point to have no non-celebrity friends.
Adam Sandler, he's in there, right?
Yeah. I realize that people that aren't celebrities are worthless.
Through the writing of this book, or
through the
just
writing
through
of
life?
this book, yeah. I started thinking about people, started thinking about my life, and I said, geez, you know, my mom and dad, what's so big about them? Nobody ever heard of them. But Sherry O'Terry, it's a different story.
So, thank you. We've been waiting for that. I hadn't asked my Sherry O'Terry question yet. I may not. So, and this book, so how much of this book,
I'm being helped to doing this, by the way, so people know. Oh, or who's seen on this?
Well, she can't, I don't think we can see her because she does not want to be on film, but it's a qualified, how would you like to describe?
You're a host, aren't you? Katie? What's your name?
Jackie.
Sorry, Jackie. I apologize. Her name's Jackie. The reason I don't remember is she's not famous.
So this book, how much, it's based on a true story. Is there a percentage you'd say that is true?
Well, it's all true. It's all true. But, you know, it's not factual. Like, you know, Jeff here deals with journalism where it's facts. So he's a man who deals in facts. But I'm not.
But the distinction is sometimes you can have something that's factually correct, but is actually untrue.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Like, for example?
For example, everything you write. No, yes, you know that, you know, facts can be bent to any shape to convince anyone of anything. And truth is a whole different matter. Truth has no agenda.
So this book was written by, you had a ghostwriter, right?
I had a ghostwriter named Terrence Keane.
And is he here tonight?
Terrence Keane is here tonight.
Okay. And you get into all the episodes that you talk about.
I may as well, whatever.
What?
I don't want to spoil part of the book, so we won't talk about Terrence Keane anymore.
And
he'll be here tonight in spirit.
So one thing that's important is tonight we're actually going to carry this event live at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock? Yeah? 7 o'clock. Right?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
On Facebook.
Facebook Live, Washington Post. We're going to carry Norm's reading and question and answer session over at 6 and I, which we're just so lucky to be here. But we have a big crowd. But if you couldn't be here, you couldn't be in town, you're going to get to experience Norm live. So, anything else?
We have a question from Jason Schleicher. What is your favorite choice in cheese?
Where is Jason?
That's a Monty Python sketch. My favorite choice in cheese, I'll go out on a limb and say cheddar. Cheddar cheese. Maybe not the most popular of cheeses, but I like it.
Where are these questions coming from?
From our Washington Post audience on Facebook.
Oh,
great.
wonderful.
That's exciting.
Well, they certainly seem well read.
Do you have any other questions?
Lena said, what are you doing, signing books? Right?
Yes. And there's no other answer except yes for that.
promise I wasn't doing it, and then my answer would be no. Anything else?
What's your favorite OJ joke from Ryan Policinski?
Oh, my favorite OJ joke was one time they showed his, Johnny Cochran, his lawyer, put on his hat, put on OJ's hat in court, and then my joke was OJ didn't help his cause any when he jumped out and yelled, "Hey, hey, hey! Easy with that. That's my favorite stabbing hat."
That's good.
We have a
I think it's
he didn't help his cause any.
I think it's lucky stabbing.
Lucky. Yeah, it is.
We have a question from Jace.
That's my lucky stabbing hat.
We have a question from Jace. Will you be upset if you get a statue made out of you like Gordon Lightfoot?
They made a statue of Gordon Lightfoot? Were you aware of that? Would I be upset? Well, Gordon Lightfoot, I hope they made a statue of him from when he was a young man. But I'm a huge Gordon Lightfoot fan, so no, I would be honored by that.
And Paul David Kushner asks, how is it working with Mike Tyson?
Well, I've never met Mike Tyson. We were just talking about that,
Yeah.
Jeff and I, that Mike Tyson had a funny line that he said, I don't know, Norm MacDonald, because he says, people keep coming up to me, asking me, I can't do it with Mike Tyson, obviously. So he said, everywhere I go, people say, hey, you work with Norm MacDonald, you work with Norm MacDonald. I never met Norm MacDonald, I don't know Norm MacDonald. I don't know Norm MacDonald from a can of paint. The only thing I know about Norm MacDonald is he's very famous. So I thought that was like Yogi Berra, I don't know Norm MacDonald, but I know he's very famous.
And Tony
But yeah, he does all his parts. This is a show called Mike Tyson Mysteries, in which I play one of his pigeons. And I do my parts from a recording studio. He does his parts from his giant mansion in Las Vegas. So, but I might go there and interview him for my podcast.
That'd be nice. That'd be a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, he'd be a fun guest. I very much like Mike Tyson.
That's worth noting. You've restarted the video podcast. You did one with Stephen Merchant. Do you have more that are already recorded?
Yes, in the can.
In the can.
In the can.
Who's on them? Can we?
Who do I have that's in the can?
Yeah, who's in the can?
A boy named Bobby Lee.
Yeah.
Is one of the new faces. The future of comedy. Margaret Cho. Not exactly the future of comedy, but she now hosts Fashion Police. And a delightfully funny man. I didn't know how funny he was, but he was hysterically funny. One of the best episodes we've done was with Bill Hader.
Bill Hader?
Yes, the impressionist from Saturday Night Live, but much more than an impressionist.
Yeah.
Fascinating guy. I first met him, I was in Boston, and I was just in a hotel, and he was there with Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the creators of South Park. I said, what are you guys doing? Well, they were writing South Park. So I said, Bill, you write South Park? Like he was on Saturday Night Live. So it was very strange to me that he also wrote South Park. I go, so you wrote South Park first and then you just continued? He goes, no, I wrote South Park after. So he said he loved South Park so much, and the structure of it was so good, he wanted to learn structure so he could write a movie. And he went to these guys and asked if he could do it. And he also did the same thing with Pixar. He wanted to learn how to write for that kind of movie because he had an idea. So he went to Pixar. He said, I'm Bill Hader. I do Stefan on Saturday Night Live. Perhaps you've seen me. And so it was really cool. He wants to learn things. So that's how he does it. For free, he goes.
It's like an apprenticeship.
Yes.
Except that he's famous.
It's like, it's like auditing.
Yeah.
Things. Well, I remember David Geffen said, like when he first came to Hollywood, he would have lunch with a different guy every day. And, within a few months, he'd had lunch with everybody. Everybody wants to have lunch.
So, do we have any more questions?
We got one last question. What's your special guest, your favorite special guest on SNL?
Yeah. Well, there might be more, but maybe for this section.
For this session.
Yeah.
What was the question?
Who was your favorite special guest on SNL? From David Wynn.
Special guest?
Yeah.
You mean like a guest host?
Yeah, a guest
like
host.
A host.
Yeah.
Like a host.
Yeah.
Guest host is the Tonight Show. With Johnny Carson. My favorite host was Bob Newhart because Lauren would always ask who we wanted as a host, and people would say people that I didn't know because I don't know new things. And very often, like the first episode of Zemaran, the musical guest was I still can't remember.
Nirvana?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Awesome.
I just incredible memory. No, I just guessed because it was your first episode was probably like 93.
That's what he researched.
Yeah.
So it was Nirvana, which
Yeah.
we somehow knew. So I didn't know. Other people were like, "Oh, Nirvana," and I didn't even watch them, and then they were no more, and because Kurt Cobain was no more, and Kurt, and so my favorite. So Lauren would always ask guests, and people would always pick young hip guys, and I would say Bob Newhart every week. Bob Newhart, let's get Bob Newhart. So finally we got Bob Newhart. I wrote a sketch for Bob Newhart, and he used it in his. He asked me, "Can I use that in my stand-up?" He used my thing I wrote in stand-up because Bob Newhart does like one-way conversations, and so my sketch I wrote for him was a one-way conversation that he was a postal supervisor, and he was talking to a disgruntled employee at the post office, and that was the idea of it. And he really liked it, and he did it in his act, and it was one of the high points of my life.
Was there a joke in that one? Do you remember? I mean,
The joke.
I know there was a joke in that one, but is there a joke you remember in that one?
Well, Bob Newhart would go. Bob Newhart would go like, "I'm reading your report, Mr. Henshaw, and I can't help but notice that when we asked how you would describe yourself in one word, you said you said disgruntled. That's a kind of a red flag here at the post office. Now, when we asked you what the worst part of your job was, you said working beside the devil. Now, I looked at the records, and you worked beside Bill Waterston, and I've known him 30 years, and no, I'm not calling your dog a liar. I'm just saying.
What an honor, though, huh?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so thrilled.
All right, so
having a childhood hero read my. Here's an interesting story too.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sort of.
We were going to go a little more, right?
Well, I was just going to say I met Don Adams one time, the great Don Adams, who played Maxwell Smart on Get Smart. And Don Adams told me that he was working in Chicago, and he lost all his money in a craps game. And that night, Bob Newhart, a young unknown man, Bob Newhart handed him this material to read, and he read it, and he said, "This is fantastic material, but I have no money. I can't pay you." And so that was what Don Adams told me. Then later, I told the story. I recounted the story to Bob Newhart, and he said, "That's what he told you, huh?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well," he goes, "this is what really happened. He goes, the first part was true. I showed him the material, and then three weeks later, I watched him do it on the Mike Douglas show."
No. That's good. I like that. All right, so obviously tonight many Don Adams stories, right? But this book is really. I'm saying this genuinely. This is a very, very, very good book. Very special book.
Oh, thank you.
And
I know you called it special, which is very nice.
Well, it's wildly creative and entertaining, and it's great, you know? I mean, but I'm not a book critic. You'll have to understand that. I actually can barely read. But it's a great book. You should come and hear Norm and also pick up a book. You know, he pre-signed it for you.
Yes. And if you can't come in person, you can order the book on Amazon.com, or you can go to your local bookstore and support your local.
But you're going to sign books tonight after you're done, right?
Yes, I'm going to sign books.
So there'll be double signed. All
Absolutely,
right,
yeah.
thanks, and we'll see you back here.
Yeah, 7 o'clock, Washington Post.
Judge Lance Ito this week barred all potential jurors from reading Faye Resnick's controversial new book, Nicole Brown Simpson, Diary of a Life Interrupted. The judge also barred them from reading Faye Resnick's other new book entitled Judge Lance Ito is a Big Fruit. And now it's time for Weekend Update's movie reviews. This week I saw Interview with the Vampire. And here's my review. Not gay enough. This week, a court banned gays from marching in Boston's St. Patrick's Day parade, but they will still allow them to be beaten up by drunken Irish guys. I'm afraid to know what you're applauding at there. Okay. Meanwhile, Elton John continues to deny rumors that he is engaged to his tennis racket. Well, if I can be allowed a personal opinion, you know, I think Harrison Ford's new mustache works. And by works, I mean looks really gay. In overseas news, an attempt to lift the ban on gays serving in the British Armed Forces has been defeated in Parliament. This raises a difficult legal question. How do you exactly tell if a British guy is gay? In an interview in this month's Vanity Fair, actor Tom Cruise attempts to end once and for all rumors that he is gay. Meanwhile, the U.S. Army is dealing with a scandal of its own as dozens of female recruits have charged drill instructors with sexual harassment, intimidation, and even sexual assault. Analysts are calling it the best argument yet for gays in the military. Jonathan Schmitz, the Jenny Jones guest who killed his secret gay admirer because of his fear and hatred of homosexuality, has been sentenced to 25 years in prison. Well, I guess that plan backfired, huh? And it's been reported that Keanu Reeves is engaged to actress Amanda Decadina. Asked to comment, Keanu said, "What? I thought I was gay. I'd always heard I was gay. Beginning in March, DC Comics will change Superman's traditional red and blue costume to a new form-fitting bodysuit. The problem with the old costume? Not gay enough. What the hell's going on in the country? That's not Superman. All right. TriStar's Pictures is planning a film about the 70s disco act, The Village People. While the movie will be coming out next summer, it plans to wait until Thanksgiving to come out to its parents. The artist formerly known as Prince says he now wants to be known as simply the artist. Meanwhile, I will continue to refer to him as simply the fruit. In other music news, several major acts are on tour this month, including the Counting Crows, Metallica, and The Fruit. A study on weight loss revealed this week that women who participate in a weekly diet program lost 50% more weight, snacked less, and bought more fruits and vegetables than women in general, which just goes to prove my new theory: Richard Simmons is gay. Our top story tonight. This week, after months of speculation, sitcom star Ellen DeGeneres finally admitted that, yes, she is gay. Inspired by her courage, today, diet guru Richard Simmons admitted that he is really, 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 really gay.
But here's the problem with taking pictures.
Yeah.
photographers are largely flamboyantly gay.
Right.
And so then when they take, a good look for them is a flamboyantly gay look.
Right.
So when they take your picture, you know, they want you to look flamboyantly gay, and then you're like, can I look a little less flamboyantly gay? And they're like, no, this is good. I'm like, I'm wearing a dress.
Well, again, it's tonight and tomorrow night. The Comedy Works in Larimer Square. Thanks so much for toughing it out
man.
without coffee. It's great
this
to
was
meet
fun.
you.
Thanks
Thank
a
you,
lot.
Norm. All right, on over.
Excellent suit.
Thank you. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
I like that one.
brand new. Oh my. Let's get back over to Angie and Chris, please.
Wait a minute. Norm, what is wrong, Norm, with flamboyantly gay?
Yeah.
I ask you.
I ask you, Norm.
Ooh, hit a little close to home this morning, didn't it?
Did you see this outfit? Did you see this thing?
This is what you should have worn for the headshot, Norm. Come on. Panache.
It is cool.
Huh? Come on.
You wore that between what he's wearing now and ending up in the dress. That was halfway.
It is cool.
Norm could have worn this.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Hey, Johnny Weir called. He wants his outfit back.
Oh, hey now. He's talking to you, too, not me.
I don't know who he's talking
I don't
to.
know. Maybe he's talking to me. Because Johnny Weir would look fabulous in this.
Look good in either one of these outfits.
Yes.
Well, I guess the biggest thing that nobody knows about me is I'm a deeply closeted gay man.
What? I mean, that's, you're a gay man?
I'm not gay. I said I'm deeply closeted. I'm as straight as an arrow.
What's something people don't know about you?
I'm a deeply closeted gay guy.
No kidding.
Well, I'm not coming out, though.
Wait a minute. What are you revealing here today?
I'm not revealing anything. I'm saying I'm deeply closeted.
Well, that means you're gay.
Well, I wouldn't say that. Why would I say that? I'm deeply closeted.
So you're a gay man who won't admit it?
No. Do you know what deeply closeted means?
Yeah.
It means a man who will not acknowledge that he's gay.
Yes.
So I'm telling you, I'm not gay.
No, but that means you're very, very gay, but you don't want to come out. You're so closeted.
That I refuse to say I'm gay.
Right.
Exactly.
But doesn't that mean you're gay?
Hey, easy, buddy.
Oh, this book will reveal much.
You know, on your last show, I came out as a deeply closeted gay man.
Yeah.
And I'm not gay. But David, on one time, and this is a true story, and Dave, you'll attest to this, bought me a beautiful leather jacket.
Oh, that's right.
Well out of my price range. Now, I'm no one to take charity.
I'm not one to take charity.
I'm saying I sucked him off.
Surprise ending.
You're making me out to be Hal Holbrook over here.
There was only one man in town who could make people afraid of him even from beyond the grave. And that man was Richard Chubby. Because with Big Chubby gone, there was only one person to take over the family business. His son, Little Chubby.
Back again, Burt Reynolds in a commanding lead with $14.
Hey, check out the podium. Look at this.
Mr. Reynolds has apparently changed his name to Turd Ferguson.
That's right. Turd Ferguson. It's a funny name.
Norm and I were hanging out in his office one day playing a game where you had words and you had to do an impression of somebody saying the same sentence. And he did Burt Reynolds doing it. And we go, oh, well, there we go. So how can we get Burt Reynolds on TV?
And then one time I was talking to Burt Reynolds, and he said he wanted to come on the show while I was doing Celebrity Jeopardy, and then punch me in the face and take over, and then he'd be even stupider. But then I got fired, so he couldn't do it.
The sketch that you got on the air, and you say in your book, hey, you know, I didn't originate this sketch. I kind of stole this sketch with permission, but the famous Jeopardy bit.
Yes, Jeopardy sketch.
Where you play
yes,
Burt
yes,
Reynolds,
yes.
and you say Will Ferrell was key to that sketch because he played such a great Jeopardy host.
Yes.
But that thing was one of the most popular sketches, and you pitched that, but you admit in your memoir that, hey, that's something I got from SCTV.
Yeah.
And I waited till Martin Short was a guest on the show, and I pitched it and said, can we do the Jeopardy thing?
Yeah. They did a sketch on SCTV when I was a child called Halfwits, and it was it even Alex Trebek was in the sketch because he was a Canadian, and it was. It was just these kids. It was when two schools would fight each other, and so it was real stupid. So I always loved that show, and I said, Celebrity Jeopardy, they always ask such easy questions, and the celebrities are all so stupid. It would be great to do it. Unfortunately, they've already done it, and I feel like I shouldn't just steal a sketch.
Right.
So when Mr. Short came to do the show, who later became my friend, I said, who wrote that sketch? And he said, Eugene Levy. And I said, maybe we could phone him, and
get permission.
Get permission. And so he said, yeah, we'll do a conference call. And I said, no, I'll phone, I'm a man,
Yeah.
So I phoned Eugene Levy, and I asked him, I told him the whole sketch. I said how much I loved the first one, and I asked permission, and he was kind enough to give it to me.
There was no better show than that SCTV. That was unbelievable,
oh my God,
right?
It was amazing.
It was amazing.
Unbelievable.
Why does Turd Ferguson? Why does Burt Reynolds hate Alex Trebek?
What's funny is I wrote that sketch because on Saturday Night Live you have to do impressions once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't do impressions, But I do like 4 or 5 guys from when I was a kid that I liked, Like Letterman I liked, so I could do an impression of him. And when I was a little kid, Burt Reynolds used to be on The Tonight Show, and he was like the funniest guy ever. So I wanted to do Burt Reynolds, but I couldn't figure out how to put him in anything.
Right.
And so I wrote the sketch Celebrity Jeopardy so I could do my Burt Reynolds. And then when it comes time to tape it, like Lauren... told Costume to have a white hair for me and a white beard, and I'm like, no, Lauren, I don't do Burt Reynolds. I do Burt Reynolds from the 1970s, from Smokey and the Bandit.
Because that didn't make sense either. Nobody knew why. Why was it 70s?
I know, it made no sense. But it's funny, like you say, Turd Ferguson, because on one of them I go, Burt Reynolds goes, that's not my name, to Alex Trebek, and he forces himself to be called Turd Ferguson. He forces Alex Trebek to call him Turd Ferguson.
Right.
So anyway, somehow that caught on with some people. So still to this day, like sometimes I'll be walking down the street and the guy will go, "Hey, Turd!" And then I go, "Thank you," and then everyone else goes, "What?
What is going on?
What kind of universe is this?" Hey, you worked with Burt Reynolds.
Yes, I did work
on
with
the
Burt Reynolds.
TV show. Right?
Yeah, on Evening Shade. Yeah.
Do you have any crazy Burt Reynolds stories?
He did hit me one time live in front of an audience, and I couldn't breathe and I couldn't say my lines.
Slap?
He hit me with an open hand, but in the lung, and he's got arms like Popeye, his big forearms. And in the thing, I'm supposed to hit him. I'm supposed to slap him on the back and say something which pisses him off or whatever. And I come out there before the live audience, and when we rehearsed it, he said, "I'm an old stunt man, so hit me as hard as you can." And I guess I hit him really hard because his natural reaction, I guess, was to hit me in the lung, and I couldn't talk, and they had to sort of suspend the big show for a few minutes while I got my breath back.
I wanted Burt Reynolds on the show, and he was like, "Oh, you don't want him. He's crazy." And I'm like, "No, I don't want you. I want him." Like, I kind of wanted a crazy guy. Which is what I wanted to talk to you a little bit about.
Oh, yeah. Burt
was
Reynolds,
this notion of
he is
crazy. Yeah.
Burt Reynolds.
But he's funny.
I remember one time he
was
caught his
on
hair on fire when he was over.
On the lot.
Yeah, he came over and he had caught his hair on fire. I don't know how. We're like, "Oh, you better go to the doctor. You've got a big friggin' hole in your scalp."
Because Roseanne's show was on the Radford,
right
along with Seinfeld and Evening Shade. And I remember hearing a story, all his stories about Burt. And he would go on his hiatus, he'd go away.
and hire people for the show. And then people would show up, quit their job, you know, in whatever bar he just found them in.
That's great.
And they'd come and go, we're ready to work. And he'd go, what? And they'd just pay him off. And the guy'd have to go home. But can you imagine that? Like you're in your little town and Burt Reynolds shows up at your candy store and offers you a job.
That's kind of, what was he thinking?
I don't know. But I think he had some, you were talking about you had OCD. He must have had some crazy stuff. I met Burt Reynolds, though, which was an amazing...
Was he pissed? Because he doesn't have a big sense of humor, does he?
You know what Burt Reynolds loves to do is slap you in the face really hard.
Yeah, he's like one of those masculine guys who's punching you, you know.
But no, he was real nice to me. And
did he slap you?
He told me really funny stories. He told me he was in Deliverance, you know, which I loved. You know, he said, you know, I used to do my own gags. Gags, I guess, are like stunts. He was a stunt man.
Yeah.
And so he said, you know, they had this gag and where I went over waterfall.
And what, a car or something?
No, he just fell. You know, this was
he just falls off a waterfall.
Bandit. This was like Deliverance. They were in the middle of
right.
So he says, "I'll do the fall. We don't need a stuntman." Frankenheimer says, "No, we need a stuntman." He goes, "Nah, we don't want that." He goes, "Okay, well, we'll just use a dummy. We'll just throw a dummy over, you know?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "No." So Frankenheimer's idea was just to throw a dummy over, and Burt Reynolds said, "No, absolutely, I'm going to do it myself." So Burt Reynolds says he does it, and he said he did. You know, he said some term I'm not familiar with. You know, I do a half pike or something like that. He said his shoulder immediately hit a rock, then his head hit another rock. And then he said the next thing he remembered, he's way downstream, all his clothes had been torn off him. And he looked up and he was just like in shock, right? The next thing he remembers, he's waking up in a hospital. John Frankenheimer is at his bedside. And he goes, then I said to John, how'd it look, you know, on the daily? And John Frankenheimer said it looked like a dummy falling off a platform. So that made me laugh.
So he does have a good sense of humor.
He has a very good sense of humor.
And did Burt smack you around a couple of times just to show you where it was at?
So what was the first sketch that you ever got on, or what was the first written material that you ever got on the show?
I wrote a sketch for the first show because Burt Reynolds had just was on Larry King Live and was kind of famous at the time that because he was in a contentious divorce with Lonnie Anderson, and he was wearing this crazy purple suit on Larry King Live, and he announced, "I will, you know, Lonnie Anderson is lying, and I will get her on this show with you, Larry, and we'll both take truth serum." And I was like, "Truth serum? What? Is that even a real thing?" So it was so funny. And then so I wrote a sketch where they both drank like from beakers of truth serum, you know. And Lauren did not care for it. It opened the show, you know. It was like a big hit at the table. What's his name did Burt Reynolds? Phil Hartman. Oh, wow. It was Phil Hartman and Jan Hooks. And it just... the next week, Lauren like pointed to it as the example of what we should not be doing on the show. He said it was just the, you know, he calls things Carol Burnettish, you know, which is the ultimate insult. He said it was just the most Carol Burnettish type of sketch. But I didn't know what I was doing. I don't know. And he let me do it. It got all the way to the air. He chose it, and he put it on first. Not my fault.
I love the Burt Reynolds impression you do. So a bit about A, like the genesis of it. B, have you met Burt? Has he commented? And just while I have this, over the 41 years of SNL, I'm wondering, besides Farley, going back to day one, who are the players that really you most admire and maybe shaped you?
Well, when I was a kid, I liked, my favorite was Dan Aykroyd about 9 Miles. I always wondered why Chevy was the star, because I thought, God damn, Dan Aykroyd can do anybody, and he's so funny and stuff. And the reason I want to do Burt Reynolds, because I loved when I was a kid. I don't really do impressions, but guys who I really like, I can do. And guys that are funny, it's kind of a cheat, but you do an impression of them, and then you're funny because they're funny. You know what I mean? So I always used to watch him on the Tonight Show, and I said, I gotta get him a sketch. So then I stole this sketch called Halfwits from Second City, and I turned that into Celebrity Jeopardy, and I felt really bad for stealing the sketch. And so I waited until because Martin Short was coming on. And I said, Martin, can I do this sketch? I stole it from Halfwits. And then he said, I didn't write it, Eugene Levy wrote it. And I had to phone Eugene Levy and ask him. And he was a gentleman about it and said that I could do it. But then when I did it, Lauren picks out the wardrobe. He had this gray hair and gray beard and stuff. And I was like, no, I want to play it from the 70s. It's kind of odd, but all the time I did it, nobody ever commented. And the three celebrities, one of them was from 50 years ago. Oh, Bert, yeah, no, I met him, and goddamn, that guy was funny. He just told me the funniest stories. And he wanted to, he said he wanted to, this is a story to him. He said, he get all these girls when he was young, he was so handsome. And he said one time he was in a hotel, and there's this beautiful blonde, and she said, just come up to my room, I have a lot of sex. So he goes up to her room, and they're kissing on the bed and stuff, and then he said she whispered in his ear, and she said, I'll be right back. I have to take a dump. So he ran away. Most of us would run away, but he could just get the next girl and then.
Wild, dangerous, and completely unbelievable are just a few of the ways, based on a true story, a new memoir from actor, gambler, raconteur, and Saturday Night Live veteran Norm MacDonald has been described. Mr. MacDonald's dry sense of humor established him as one of the most beloved and controversial anchors of Saturday Night Live's Weekend Update, and as his book's title suggests, based on a true story, is much more than a memoir. It's a Hunter S. Thompson-inspired epic of the comedian's life, including classic jokes and long mythologized Hollywood stories, with guest appearances from Chris Farley, Rodney Dangerfield, Sarah Silverman, Adam Sandler, and many others. I'm very pleased it has brought Norm MacDonald to our show today. Hello.
Hi, Larry. How are you?
I'm well. You talk about how the process of writing was not something that you really liked. You found it grueling. So what led you to even try to write a memoir?
Well, what happened was I was in a hotel room in Edmonton, Alberta, and my manager told me to look at my Wikipedia, and I looked at my Wikipedia, and somebody had changed my Wikipedia, and I was dead in my Wikipedia. And I had overdosed on morphine, which is some 19th century kind of drug to take, in the very hotel room that I was reading this. And so I chuckled as you did at first, but then I didn't. Then I got frightened because I knew that one day that would be true, and
what, that you die of morphine, or
no, just that the tenses change. Mm-hmm. Is becomes was, and does becomes did. And so I thought, well, one day in the future, when Norm MacDonald was, that will be what's left. There's a page on Wikipedia. So I said, I want to tell my own side of the story, and not just a series of facts, which I suppose is what a person's life is a series of facts.
Well, based on a true story, when we see that at the beginning of a movie, we know a lot of license has been taken.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think, though, if you base something on... it's not really based on a true story. It's based on facts, but it is true. That's how I would say it.
How would you describe your writing style here? Are you using the truth as a stepping up point for some rather elaborate storytelling? And how does this kind of writing differ, or is it the same as what you do when you're doing a stand-up?
No, it's much different. I'm not an educated person, so I wish I was, because I would have been able to write the book. But I wrote 4 books. 4 attempts at this book, not 4 drafts, but 4 entirely different books, until I came upon this one that I think works.
Well, you told the Washington Post.
Maybe doesn't. I don't know.
I can't imagine how anyone likes to write a blanking book. I couldn't
Yes.
hate it more.
Yeah, I hated it. I hated every moment of it.
Through much
I
of-
liked writing the end. Those 2 words.
Through much of the book, you drink and do a lot of drugs and gamble. And
Yes.
Are those things that you do on
I don't do them
day-to-day
now.
life?
No, sir. I don't do any of them, but I did do them. Yes, I did do them a great deal. I didn't enter show business until late in life, and before that, I was sort of a criminal. I had criminal. Yeah, I was a criminal, I suppose.
You engage in illegal activities?
Yes, sir. I did.
Wow. Like what?
I would sell drugs. I would break and enter. Anything to...
Statute of limitations,
anything
okay.
to, anything to survive. I was just trying to survive. I had no money, and I was only 14 or 15 when I left home. So
This is in Canada.
This is in Canada. So you do what you have to do, and it's not immoral. There's nothing immoral about it. But we would. I remember we would steal electric typewriters. This is how long ago it was. And we would smash the window, and the alarm would go off, and we'd grab electric typewriters. And we used a cab. The cab driver would be involved, and then we would drive to an Indian reservation where the police were not allowed to enter, and that's where we would put all the goods that we had stolen.
Would they go to a fence?
Yes, exactly.
You also mentioned gambling. What does it feel like to lose your net worth, something you say that you've done twice in your life?
Yes, it feels very good.
It feels good to
Yeah.
to lose everything?
Yeah, you go to the coffee shop and you have a coffee and you feel fresh and you feel like, hey, I'm going to start over. I can do it again.
Really?
Yeah.
Is I've always wondered about the appeal of gambling. Because the little bit of gambling I've done, okay, sometimes I made a couple of bucks, sometimes I didn't, but it doesn't really, I don't understand the addictive quality.
I guess what you're addicted to is hope, which is not such a bad thing according to our president. So when the dice are in the air, anything can happen, and then it hits the cruel green felt, and sometimes you bust.
You, along with so many comedians of your generation, Jim Carrey, Mike Myers, Martin Short, Catherine O'Hara, John Candy, Dan Aykroyd, Seth Rogen, Phil Hartman, Eugene Levy, Samantha Bee, are all from Canada.
Mhm.
Is there something about Canada that produces all those funny people?
No, I don't think so. I think it's probably, we have 10% population of North America without Mexico, whatever that's called. So we have 10% population of what the United States has. So I would say it's probably, you mentioned 10 guys, I could probably mention 100 Americans.
Really? Well, but those are some of our favorites. And
Yeah, they're my favorites, yeah.
Your
Martin
father was
Short.
a bit of a raconteur.
Incredible.
Did you think you got some of your comedic influences from him?
Yeah, well, we lived a rather bleak existence when I was young. We lived on a farm that was sort of obsolete and it was just barren, rocky soil. So, and there was all those old men around, and but they were always happy and funny, even though their existence seemed bleak. That's why I was so attracted to Russian literature, because I saw all the people I knew in those books.
Like, we're talking about Shmedyadkov or
no,
Raskolnikov?
like just Gogol and
the absurd guys.
The absurd, yes.
My guest is Norm MacDonald, who's written a book called Based on a True Story, a memoir. You spent 5 seasons on the cast of Saturday Night Live in the 1990s.
Yes,
how did you secure a tryout on the show, given the fact that your background was stand-up comedy, not sketch comedy?
Well, I was working on a show called Roseanne with Roseanne Barr, and I talked to the head writer of Saturday Night Live who liked me. You know, he phoned me up and he liked me, and so he gave me the job. And so I went to Roseanne and I quit, and I came to New York. And then they told me, you're meeting with Lawrence tomorrow. And I'm like, what's that for? And they go, well, that's the audition, you know, you have to audition. So I'd already quit my job. I thought I had the job. That was what I was told, that this was just a mere formality to meet Lauren. And then it turns out it's an audition. So I go in and he goes, you know, I'd like to, you know, you have to do 2 impressions. We have to go to the studio, you have to do 2 impressions, 2 characters. Everyone has to do it. And I said, I got to go home because I can't do that.
I don't do impressions.
I don't do impressions, and I don't do characters. And I think he got a kick out of me or something. You know, Lauren was always with me. He always thought I was just a big moron.
Well, he let you do the news. You're best known as the host of Weekend Update, or as you call it, the fake news. Did you do most of the writing for that, or was that something that was collaborated?
But it was collaborative, but... I kind of set the tone, you know, and I tried to make the jokes different than other jokes, and we all tried to experiment. You know, there was 3 of us, and we tried to experiment with comedy and the way that you tell a joke. And my idea was to strip bare all innuendo and all cuteness, and you know, just leave the bare bone of the joke. And if it didn't work, then it wasn't a good joke to begin with. But if it just relied on tricks.
Were there certain stories that were off limits?
Oh, yes. You know, people always ask me, because I do stand-up, you know, is anything off limits? And I hear comics go, nothing's off limits. And I think almost everything's off limits for me.
And you learned, of course, that the O.J. story might have been considered off limits. You were doing this during the time of the O.J. trial, and you got a lot of humor out of that. But
well, yeah.
How and when were you aware that NBC President Don Ohlmeyer was a good friend of O.J.'s?
I found that very strange. Well, listen, I admire that he stood by him. You know, he stood by his friend. But the jokes I did about O.J. were filled with moral outrage and righteous indignation because I didn't like him.
You didn't like him as a person? You knew him?
No, sir, I didn't. I didn't like. I don't like murderers, and I was convinced he was guilty, even though he was, you know, innocent, as it turned out.
Well, he was found not guilty. It's not the same thing.
Listen, I don't think it's
many
fair.
people believe that he was a murderer.
I don't think it's fair that he was given 40 years for stealing his own shirt. You know what I mean? I don't think that was fair. That he was obviously found guilty of the previous crime.
But do you think you were let go, as some do, because of the O.J. jokes?
I don't know.
David Letterman said of you, there may be people as funny as Norm, but I don't know anybody who is funnier. And if we could have, we would have had Norm on every damn week. You had obviously a very special relationship with him, and you performed the final stand-up set on his last year.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was the
was the last stand-up set. And everyone was being very cool with Letterman, very ironic, and that's not how I felt about it, you know. As it came to an end, because he was such an important person in my life, and I feel he was a very important person in culture, I think he changed the way everybody thought and spoke, you know. And so he was very important to me, and I just watched it and saw everybody be cool, and I was not cool about it. I was very sad that he was leaving.
You got very emotional. Well,
I did.
You followed Donald Trump on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon last
Yes,
week,
I
one of
did.
the more controversial interviews with Donald Trump.
You know, when I saw it, I didn't think it was controversial. I mean, goodness gracious, it's Jimmy Fallon. He's maybe he blew his chance to be host of Meet the Press, but it's Jimmy Fallon.
Maybe he'll get Matt Lauer's job.
That's right. Oh yeah, it's Jimmy Fallon. What do you expect? I mean, that's why Donald Trump did it. But I will say this: when I was watching it, I was like, "Oh my God, Donald Trump is being very reasonable and measured. This is getting a little frightening. Like maybe he can pivot. I don't know."
You've had your own television series, which lasted 3 seasons. You co-wrote and starred in a feature film. You've done voiceovers, had a short-lived sports show, a podcast, and even played Colonel Sanders in KFC commercials. Yet you remain somewhat a cult personality. How does that sit with you?
Well, all that stuff is that you mentioned is pretty subpar nonsense. All I really do is stand-up comedy. You know, that's what I'm good at, and everything else came from stand-up comedy just as an accident. But I'm very, very good at stand-up comedy, and the rest is just free money.
How much does the act change show by show?
My act?
Yeah, but for example, Lenny Bruce, it was always different. On the other hand, George Carlin wrote out an act, and
Yes,
he would revise it a bit over the course of a year. But
He was very precise, George Carlin. He was word
even
for
the
word.
uhs and the wells were written in.
Yeah, he was amazing. But no, my act's almost always different. I have so much material because I don't do specials. You know, I mean, I'm doing a special in a month. I shouldn't say that, but I don't do as many specials as everybody else. So I would say I have about 10 hours of material, and most people don't. So I just mix it up, you know. Sometimes I will talk to the audience, and whatever they say, I will talk about whatever they say, because I have a
It's
material.
improv.
I have material on almost. It's not improv, no. It's I have material on nearly every subject.
Comedy Central's president, Kent Alterman, described your absence from the airwaves as one of the great injustices of the world.
Yeah,
But he could give
if
you
only
a
he
show.
knew somebody.
Well, has there been talk about Comedy Central?
I don't know. I haven't been home since then. I've been on the road. But yeah, I read that. It was funny.
Well, considering what you've said about writing this memoir, can I assume that one of the things you won't be doing in the future is writing more books?
I'll probably write more books, yeah.
You will write more books?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, as much as I hate it, I feel compelled to do it. I can't explain it. But once I started writing a book, I knew that's what I should be doing. And I always thought I should be doing stand-up. And once I started writing a book, I realized I should be writing a book.
But writing funny in a book is different than writing funny for stand-up, because in stand-up, there's the tone of your voice,
Sure,
there's
yes.
body language.
Yes.
Here, you just have to make people laugh because of the words that you've used.
It's almost impossible. Like if you go to a library, the last place you want to be is the humor section. You know, good Lord, it's awful. And in the history of America, you know, who has there been? You know, Mark Twain,
Will Rogers.
What's the other fellow's name?
Well, there have been
Josh. Can't remember his last name. But this was long ago. But modern, you know, humorists would be like Irma Bombeck and this kind of garbage.
Well, there have been some funny ones too, but
Who's that?
Well, we'll talk during the break, because I have to announce that you'll be speaking with Vulture editor David Marchese Is it Marquez?
Yes, so-
Tonight at the Union Square Barnes & Noble store at 7 o'clock.
Yes,
The
sir.
book is based on a true story, a memoir. It is published by Spiegel and Grau. And my great thanks to Norm MacDonald for
Thank you,
being our
Leonard.
guest today.
You're a scholar and a gentleman, sir. I appreciate it. Here, Adam, do a joke.
All right. A good name for a dog is Syndrome. That then when he tries to attack someone, you can yell "Down, Syndrome."
Don't laugh.
It's not.
I apologize.
I mean, it's yeah.
That's like a
It was a
joke.
little insensitive, I guess.
Some of the 200 Nigerian schoolgirls kidnapped by extremists in Nigeria have been forced to marry their kidnappers. And worse than that, they've been forced to laugh at their husbands' stories even after hearing them for the umpteenth time.
You know something.
Yeah, I know.
It's
but
very
we don't have
hard to make a joke about those girls who
I
are kidnapped.
know.
When I hear about those things, that
It's
that is one of the
terrible.
worst. You know,
And yet you got a big laugh out of yours.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got.
Now, as an old-timey broadcaster, do you have other old-timey broadcaster friends?
Well, they did. You know,
Who
when
would
I-
they be like? Tom Snyder? Was he a radio, old
I knew
radio
Tom
guy?
well. Sure. Arthur Godfrey was one of my heroes. Red Barber, the Dodger announcer. I lived for radio and then television, and Mike Wallace was a great friend. I love Mike. He did me on 60 Minutes, and it was really great. They were very laudatory. And he said to me, "We were so good to you, I'm going to kill the next three guys we do." Mike was a grand guy. I said, he had dementia at the end. That's funny to you, huh? You know, McDonald, I want to tell you.
No, it's a very odd thing to
I know
say.
if you're looking to broaden your horizons, I don't think it's wise to laugh
No, because
at
you
someone
just
who
said-
had dementia.
I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing that you said.
He was
you
the best.
just said.
I loved him.
Mike
It was
Wallace was a
sad.
great guy. He had
It was-
dementia at the end. It has heavy duty grilling grates. Why are you laughing? You think the grilling grates are flimsy?
No.
No, they're heavy duty grilling grates. They deliver exactly what you need to achieve when you need to achieve that perfect steakhouse flavor. Why are you laughing? You're making a mockery out of the man grate.
I'm pretending I know who Albert Gray is. I didn't.
No, Albert Fish.
Oh.
You're a New Yorker. So anyways, he was a child rapist and cannibal, as I explained.
When he's a child
Jesus
rapist, you try not to
Christ.
laugh when he looks at you.
Oh,
There's
come
something
on, man. It's not funny.
I know it's not, but I know you want people to laugh.
Fish chose his victims. He only chose victims who were either mentally handicapped. Now, don't laugh at this next part, please.
But you know he wants you to, right?
No. If you laugh at this next part.
Okay, and I'm not going to
Fish
drink
chose
water.
victims who were either mentally handicapped or African American. Oh, come on. Why would you think that's funny? God damn, Fred. Jesus Christ, that was the worst part of the story. But why do you think he did that? What would be the explanation? Why would he only attack? Why would his victims that he chose only be either mentally handicapped or African Americans?
Because people in those days didn't care when those people were vanished.
You're thinking like Albert Fish now.
And prostitutes. That's why they kill prostitutes.
Exactly. Nobody really cares about prostitutes. But you're exactly right. That's why Albert Fish killed only mentally handicapped and African Americans.
What about? Okay.
I thought you'd laugh at African Americans again, that they were.
No, because I know him. I know he'll do something. That's outrageous. How
Well, it's
dare
kind of
you.
outrageous. Hey, for the 9th consecutive year, Nick, JetBlue Airlines ranked first for satisfaction among all North American airlines. But you know what ranked least in satisfaction? 9/11 Airlines. What a terrible name for an airline. It reminds me of that tragedy. Oh, 9/11. Yeah, don't laugh at 9/11
What?
again. 9/11. I tried to tell him not
Way
to
to go,
laugh.
Adam.
I know. I walked through blood and bones
in the streets of Manhattan trying to find my brother.
Jesus.
Yeah, he was in northern Canada. Do you want to hear my impression of the
That's going to be you if you don't lose weight.
You want to hear my impression of the 9/11 call from Johnny Carson?
911 call.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But 9/11 was a national tragedy.
Yes, it was.
Why'd you laugh at that?
You said me.
Johnny Carson died at
80
years old. Okay, Johnny Carson died at 80 years old. Would you like to hear my impression? Were you in New York when the Twin Towers fell?
No, I was in Los Angeles.
Well, either way, it was a national tragedy. It was.
Yeah, I know.
9/11. We're going to go to hell.
I listened to your book.
You listened to
Oh
books?
my god! Well, yeah, I listened to books.
Oh my God, that must have been. I was trying to get through it.
No,
I
you're.
don't know how to talk. Like,
I wanted to ask you that. I wanted to ask you how, because I did a book and I
you
read
did,
it,
yeah.
and I was just a flat line. There was no
Well, that's
inflection.
what I did, yeah.
No, it's so fucking good.
Really?
Yeah, because you tell it. I mean, the book is written like it's like a Cormac McCarthy
yeah,
kind of a book.
Noirish kind of, yeah.
Yeah, and so you do it in a way that's got that almost like a narrator. Like what was the book that became a movie? No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
It's almost like the narrator from that is doing your
I never
book.
saw that movie. Was there a everybody tells me, yeah, you have to see
It's
that
great.
movie.
Yeah, you'll love it.
And I love the Coen Brothers more than anybody.
But
that was Coen Brothers, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
But there was a narrator in it?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
If there wasn't, then it would be what the narrator would sound like.
And what's his name was in Big Lebowski, like I have the big mustache and plays a cowboy.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
So great.
Yeah.
But he was the narrator.
But no, what were you thinking when you narrated it in terms of...
I was real scared because I didn't know I've never listened to a book on tape, you know? And I was like, are you supposed to do different voices? Like if there's a girl... Do you go like, hi there? You know, I was like, I don't think I could do that. And then are you supposed to act? Because that was exactly the fear that you said I had, that it was just going to be flat, monotone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I haven't listened to it, so I'm glad that it sounds okay.
Yeah.
Because they said like an actor, I said, well, that's going to be ridiculous if people get it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's my life and it's an actor.
All right.
You know? So I have to do it. But, you know, Spade said, like, it doesn't count for your sales, so it kind of hurts you. But then they say, well, people that read books, people that listen to books don't read them all, you know what I mean? And that's their lifestyle, is listening to books. Which I've never gotten into, but my friends do.
I like it because, especially if it's read by the author, because then I don't like it when it's read by an actor, because then I feel like I'm the third guy to ingest the material.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
But if it's the author, then
So, yeah, because also I would be interested in hearing how they sound.
Oh, you know what?
If it's
You're on my audiobook.
What?
You're on my audiobook. I did a book, and it was called Dear Mrs. Fitzsimmons, Tales of Redemption from an Irish Mailbox. And it was letters that my mother had received my whole life when I was in trouble.
Oh.
You know, like it was
cool.
police reports and teacher thing. And I had celebrities read the different letters, and you read one of them when you did my podcast. You're on my audiobook.
God, you just tricked me into.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, you had me read something,
Yep.
but I don't think you told me what it was for.
No, I just told you to read it.
That's hilarious.
But you had a guy reading on yours.
Signing releases or
Yeah, I
anything?
know. We got a release. Yep, we got the release. I think maybe your head was somewhere else. I think Ben Hoffman was with
I sign
you. then.
anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you go to a show and they just tell you to sign something.
Yeah.
Like Brian Regan had a funny thing about I could buy a house, you know? He's signing all the papers, you know. He's like, I hope you're not ripping me off. I don't know what I'm signing. I hope you're not taking all my money. Because, you know, you have to sign like, you know, like a weird thing is your accountant, if he cheats on your taxes, you're responsible.
Yeah.
Like you go to jail because you signed the stupid thing at the end.
Right. Do you read yours?
Well, I know I got a real like honest guy. Like he's so honest that he doesn't get any. I don't get any savings or anything. You know? Like I go, what about like? Can I say I use part of my house to like write, like think up jokes?
Yeah.
And he's like, do you really? I'm like, no. So he's like, no, you can't. I'm like, no, but I do. Yes, I meant to say yes. And he's like, you said no. So I blew it. I should have said yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's good that he's super honest.
It is amazing what you can write off as a writer performer.
Yeah.
You know, my
right?
accountant's like write anything. He got
like every meal, right?
Every meal, and then when I go on I went to Spain on vacation with my family.
Yeah.
But I did a gig. Some guy emailed me and he's like, "Hey, I hear you're coming to Barcelona, and I'm a show producer. You want to do a show in a bar?" I said, "Absolutely." So I went out and he said, "Just we'll charge at the door, and then you just take all the money."
Yeah.
And then I ended up with $500 in Spanish money, and then I got to write off the entire trip.
Wow.
Yeah.
The whole trip.
Well, I think 1/5. I guess my part 1/5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
And 1/4 four people in the family. So let's talk about the book. It's called Based on a True Story.
Oh yeah, and you listened to it.
I listened to it. Yeah, and I really
kind of afraid of listening to it.
I don't want to blow smoke up your ass, but it is just so smartly constructed. Smartly.
Oh,
see, I like when you try to compliment somebody on being smart and you sound like a fucking idiot.
I think that's a word.
It's smartly constructed. I like the way you create this. It's like what's his name who drove to Vegas? The Rolling Stone? No, the Rolling Stone.
Hunter
writer.
S. Thompson.
Yeah, it's got got some Hunter S. Thompson in it.
It's very influenced by Hunter S. Thompson. Yeah.
And Adam Egan, who I know, who you just torture in the book.
Yeah.
Adam is the manager of the Comedy Store, or the world famous Comedy Store in Hollywood. And what made you decide to just make him your patsy in this book?
Well, he's a really good guy. And then when, I did this video podcast they wanted me to do, and I said I should get a sidekick, like just pretend it's a talk show.
Yeah.
And but I didn't want I wanted somebody. I wanted to make the host sidekick relationship like just way magnified, to what it was with Carson and Ed McMahon. So just a guy I could pile onto, and I didn't want any blowback, so I didn't want to get a comic that would, joke back at me.
Right.
So I did the podcast with him, and it turned out to be perfect.
Yeah, I saw an episode where you're supposed to do an ad for the Man Grape, and you just by the end it would convince anybody not to buy a Man Grape.
Yeah, well, I made no money for it, so I was like, I have to do ads, but yeah. So, but it was in a kind of a self-fulfilling thing. Like in the second episode we did a little comedy bit where I said, we got some letters from people, comments. And they're pretty good for the most part. And then I read them, and it'd be like, this guy says, because the first show was me and Super Dave. This guy says, it was great to see Norm and Super Dave, two comic heavyweights, sparring together, lose the douchebag. And so the second one was like, I love the show, everybody was great, but lose cunt face. And so, anyways, it became self-fulfilling. And then everybody started actually doing it. And so I kind of felt sorry for Adam. He's like, oh, every week I read these messages and they're just all, now my nickname is Cunt Face, like on the message boards.
And he's just this sweet guy. He's like the most sincere guy in the world.
No, yeah, he's very, very earnest and sweet. So yeah, I asked him, I said, I want to have a guy that's dumber than me in the book.
You're right.
So I was like, I want it to be like Gleason and Art Carney.
Right.
So he said he'd do it, and I said, "You're actually smarter than me because I always thought Art Carney was smarter than Jack Gleason in the Honeymooners,
right?
Because he knew that none of these schemes were going to work out.
Right.
He was just satisfied with being a sewer worker, like he worked with shit, and like the only jokes. It was a super clean show, but once in a while they do a shit joke about like working ankle deep in shit, like and having his lunch in the shit. But anyways, that was my idea, was to have a guy that I could just the dumbest guy ever in the book.
Meanwhile, he has turned around the Comedy Store. He came in, and that place was like.
Did he ever?
I mean, nobody would work there. I mean, I didn't work there. It was just it was chaos.
Well, apparently the guy that books people, whatever,
yeah,
it was very unpopular.
Right.
Now that's what Adam does. He was the manager, but now he decides who goes. He says it's torture for him because he's so sweet.
Right.
And everyone's coming up to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he gets guys to come, because every time he's with me and there's, if Spade's there, he's like handing him, I'm Adam, if you ever want to come and work out. And then people do, like Spade started to,
Yep.
And so, yeah, he did turn it around.
And now it's packed every night. Every show is sold out. It's amazing. Speaking of which.
He never made any money for it, though.
No, he needs to make some money.
He didn't get rewarded for it.
I know. He's got to figure that one out.
I got him some money for the podcast.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
that's
I
good.
do it for free.
Yeah.
And then so I said, just give Adam, you get some, $500 a show or something like that.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I know. He was saying you guys are going to start doing it again. He's like, I hope we do.
Yeah.
I hope Norm gets his shit together because I want the money.
Yeah, it's good kern for him.
What are you still toying with the idea of the puppet act, or were you telling me?
Oh, no. What, you want to hear that guy?
I just remember you telling me you were working on a ventriloquist act.
Yeah, we don't call it puppet act, but thanks a lot, man, for the respect. The new thing is, as you call it, the puppet act. We call it ventriloquism.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's like
I didn't want you to be slumming there.
It's kind of postmodern ventriloquism, where the act almost talks about the non-existence of the he cops to the fact that it's an inanimate object. You've heard that.
A reductivist approach.
Yes, and I've noticed they've exchanged. They used to just have the wood, like your joke would work, the lathe, back in the late 70s when you told it, right? But now, they've replaced the Charlie McCarthys with these giant, much more likable Muppet-type characters.
Oh, right.
Right? So it would be like because they found they were making too many movies where the where the antagonist of the film was a ventriloquist dummy. Nothing but pure evil.
Right.
So then the ventriloquists were going, oh my God, this is not going to be good for my act.
The malevolence factor. So they went to sort of a sleeping bag with a face on it, the big plush thing.
That's what it looks like.
Uh-huh.
But no, Rusty's wood, my guy.
Wait a second. Saberhagen, you have to isolate that quote. That is going to be played regularly on this show. Rusty's wood, my guy, is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, man.
Oh, tell me about Rusty.
Hey, what, another guy canceled?
I don't know. What's Rusty look like?
What, Rusty? I know. I'll get him out of the bag in a minute. But listen, man, it is
Well, listen, Norman, I can't tell you how good it is to hear from you. You know I think you're a genius. You know I love you.
Wait, is it over?
Well, I haven't played a commercial yet this hour. And
No, but are we going to do another bit after the commercial?
Can you stay?
Hold on, man. Let me ask Rusty.
We'll be right back with the guys on the Dennis Miller Show. Starring, is his name Sandy?
Rusty.
Rusty. How many puppets do you have?
I got 3.
3 in the bag?
Yeah, I got them cheaper because there were 3, but these are not cheap. I paid a pretty penny for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of them worked with Paul Winchell. This guy was a fortune, and then he's one guy. Rusty's the main guy, and plus I got a book. To do it, Hold on a sec. What the? That's just Gervitz phoning. He's phoning to ask me if I'm on with you guys. Should I take it?
Well, Gervit's checking up on you. We're all somebody's puppet, Norm. That's our plight in life.
Wait, why do you keep saying puppet? Jeez, man.
I don't know. Well, these personas that you have.
Anyway, now to me,
what's the Winchell?
They're as real as anything real, like a person.
Well, how I don't.
I have 3. One's Rusty. He's my, as it says in the book, he's my main man. And he's just like an everyman, this guy will say anything. And then there's one puppet that's no good at all. That's he's an old guy and he's cranky about everything, right? But also he doesn't believe the Holocaust happened. He's like the worst puppet character ever. Like and I never want to talk to him. I never use him because it always comes back to that.
It's not Steve in Vermont. The puppet isn't Steve in Vermont.
No, he's the worst, man. The guy's just, first of all, he's playing wrong. He's not like an evil guy, just ignorant. Like old men will be. But anyway, and then the third one's Richard Nixon.
Actually,
you can talk to any of them. I don't care. I know. I'm not talking to old man Jenkins.
I am not a puppet. Thank you, Norm. Norm, the last time I talked to you, you were working with a puppet. Does that still hold true?
Why? They're not called puppets, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. What are they?
Ventriloquist dummies. And even that is a little apathetic. But
what would you imagine they'd like to be called in a perfect world?
I call them my friends.
Yes, of course.
My friends in the bag. Christian wanted me to do this, but I don't know where that bag is.
What were some of the puppets? Who was your rat pack in there?
I had my regular guy Brad. He's just my buddy, And then I got this old man, and I had trouble with him. He's too cranky.
Right.
And it turned out I don't even want to mention what he believed.
And weren't you also beginning to work with a young Chippewa girl?
Now, that one was too expensive. I wish I could find my Richard Nixon doll, because now they have that Frost-Nixon debate.
Yes.
And I do have a Richard Nixon doll.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm calling him a doll, but he's somewhere. But I haven't even started working with him on the road because I'm not very good at it yet.
No. If you use the Nixon doll, you have to hold his arms up and have him say, "I am not a doll." And then you know what'll happen then? Oddly enough, as in Rosemary Woods Land, you'll be greeted by 17 and a half minutes of silence.
Man, that impression was, I would say that's about equal to Frank Langella's.
I thought it was pretty good.
No, I'm serious.
Thank you.
Frank Langella sucks.
What do you like to do during the days in San Fran to unwind? Do you go?
I just work on my ventriloquism.
Oh, how's that going, Norm?
It's going great, man. I thought Rusty and I'd do a little holiday song for you.
Oh, you're kidding me. Let me kick back here and put my feet up in front of the fire, you and Rusty. Which puppet is Rusty? Refresh me.
Rusty's just my friend. You know, I'm having a lot of trouble with my cranky old man. I don't know if you remember old Alec Majerison, the virulent anti-Semite.
Yeah, sure, I remember. What are you kidding me? I have a plaque commemorating my first meeting.
I'm trying to get rid of that guy because you know he's a Holocaust denier. That's no secret. He's an enthusiastic Holocaust denier, and I've had it up to here with this character. You know, the man, he's just a waste of wood. But I don't know what to do. One of my Jewish friends suggested that, why don't I just throw them in a fire and burn them? But I say 2 wrongs don't make a right.
Gotta go.
But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. Let me get Rusty out here. Rusty, say hello to Dennis.
Hey, Dennis, how are you?
Hey, Rusty.
What?
Hi, Rusty.
Who's the dummy here, me or you?
It's me.
It sounds like it's you.
I'm sorry, Rusty. Let me give you my man voice. Hey, Rusty, how are you doing?
Yeah, dummy. Hey, come on now, Rusty.
That's ridiculous. Calling Dennis Miller a dummy on his own radio program.
Now, can I jump in here for a second and tell you, here's how crazy Norm is. I'm sitting here believing that he actually has a puppet. Like, it's not enough for him to fake the puppet act on the radio and over the phone. You did pull out a puppet and have it on your arm right now, don't you?
Of course I have my pal Rusty here. Yeah.
What do you boys have planned for us today, Rusty, Norm?
We're going to do a song according to this dummy. Would you stop calling me that? You're the dummy.
Now listen, we're going to do a song, a beautiful song. Why? By the way, Rusty, what are you doing for Christmas? Are you going to see your family?
Oh, sure. In my family tree, it's an actual tree.
Okay, now that's just ridiculous.
You're actually overlapping dialogue here, Norm. You're not even putting a second between you and the puppet's voice.
Now, Rusty, are you ready to sing that song with me?
Sure.
There you go.
Okay, I'll start. Here we go. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose. And if you ever saw him,
you would say that he was a drunk.
Hey, come on! Well, that's ridiculous.
What the?
Come on now, don't ruin this. This is a classic.
I'm sorry.
All right, now let's continue. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to town. Rudolph, with your nose so bright, have you been drinking some bathtub gin? What? Okay, now that's enough. That's way beyond the pale.
Stop it, Rusty. Stop.
I wish you'd kick the bucket.
Like what?
Kick the bucket.
What are you talking about?
You said pale. Bucket. It's a synonym.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that's right. Okay, now that's ridiculous.
You're the dummy.
Okay, I'm sorry, Dennis. This is going nowhere. This is ridiculous. I apologize for wrestling.
Oh, Jesus, it's so crazy. It's gotten so crazy over the years.
I can't go on with this. This is just an abuse to the whole idea.
All right. Now, what separates Rusty's old man voice from the old Holocaust denier's voice? Give me that voice.
You don't want to hear from him, do you?
Well, I know Rusty's just whetted the palate for a little more puppetry.
I swore I'd never use this guy.
It's like the Stones doing "Sympathy for the Devil" after Altamont.
There we
never
go.
thought I'd
Alec,
see you play it.
Alec, how are you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose. What do you think of this Christmas?
What do I think of it? I'm not going to celebrate no holiday where a bunch of bearded New Yorkers killed our savior.
Hey, come on now. You're going back in the case. I'm sorry, Dennis.
Oh, Norm, you didn't quite have control of the posse today, but I realize it's the holidays are amongst us, and that they're a little petulant this time of year.
I can never keep these guys under control.
Norman, do you still have are you still doing the Holocaust denier puppet? Is he still with you?
it turned out he's wildly unsuccessful.
In the French Open, Novak Djokovic continues his domination. A very talented player, but he's not the only gifted Djokovic. Please say hello to my little buddy, Jokey Djokovic. Look at this guy. Say hello to the people, Jokey. Hello to the people, Jokey. Well, now, come on, Jokey. Listen. Your cousin Novak Djokovic, why, he's certainly doing well. How are you doing today? Not so good. I got a bad case of tennis elbow. What? Well, I'm sorry to hear about that. It's better than a case of tennis balls. Oh, come on. Jokey. It's ridiculous. People didn't come here to hear that kind of nonsense. Now keep it clean. Okay. How many tennis players does it take to change a light bulb? Well, that's a very good question. I don't know, Jokey. How many tennis players does it take to change a light bulb? What do you mean the bulb's out? It was in! Oh, Jokey. That's
What's going on with Norm?
No date right now.
No date, but he might come back. Okay. Hopefully.
He's stockpiling.
He's so
episodes.
funny.
But he's stockpiling for 3 years worth.
Yeah, I've smoked weed with him a bunch of times, but he won't come on this.
Because that's
too public.
Smarter.
I think a lot of comics just, a lot of comics don't smoke before they go on or drink, It's kind of a control issue.
Yeah.
They don't want to feel out of control and it's embarrassing enough when your joke doesn't work and you're sober,
Right.
If you're fucked up and a joke doesn't work,
You have
your
a lot of
paranoid mind goes, what do I do?
And you know who comes here? He gives out free pot samples. The guy who runs Speed Weed.
I don't smoke weed.
Oh, okay.
Even though Doug Benson said I did on the...
We would love you. Let's set something up to come in.
Like I always said, I would never do... I know you did Doug Benson, but I go, it's kind of weird.
Well, what happened with me is...
I mean, it's all right with you because you're a working guy, but when people are just starting out in the business, and they want to start smoke weed on...
Well, what happened... with me is I'm stoned out of my mind laughing and he's rolling his eyes we have prepared segments here, Mr. Interrupter. And it's like, well, you get me stoned and I'm an asshole for laughing out of context.
How'd you get a word in with him, though?
I was annoying. I talked too much. But yeah, he would interrupt. But he would just go, Fred here is not part of the program. And I'm thinking, that's like if I have a podcast where we spin around and get, we have to spin round and round and I'm mad that they're dizzy,
Yeah, no, he's on the podcast. He said some guys won't come on the show. I guess they don't want people to know they smoke weed. Like Norm MacDonald smokes weed with me all the time. I'm like, what the fuck? First of all, if I didn't want anyone to know, why are you saying it? Secondly, I've only met you once.
Well,
Janine Garofalo 30 years ago. But it's funny because I watched his Super High Me, and I thought, well, this, because he smokes weed every day for a year or something. And I thought, well, this guy will really be able to handle his weed. Wrong. He's like a misadvertisement for weed. You know what I mean? Like his whole face becomes a weird mask. Eyes. We kind of have a lazy eye. It's like, what was that? I didn't hear you.
Have you met Norm MacDonald before?
I got to work with Norm, and I guess I hope he doesn't mind if I tell him because this is a very endearing.
Last Comic Standing.
No, I did.
Right?
I did the season before.
Okay.
But I got to work with him 1 week, and we.
What did you do?
Oh man, I watched every single set he did, and it was so cool. And we actually got. You know what? I already got into the story, so I got to tell.
But let's hear it. Yeah, that's fine.
He wanted to get high, Yeah. And so I was like, okay, I don't really get high before shows, but afterwards, cool. And
Sure.
he's like, no, now.
Well, when Norm MacDonald says now,
right?
You say yes.
Correct.
And he goes and hands me the joint, and I was like, okay. And then he hands it back for a second hit, and I was like, no thanks. And he goes, what's your problem? And I go, well, I'm just worried I'm going to repeat a joke, and I still have to go up and bring you up because the opener was on,
right?
And I was hosting, so I still have to go up there and bring you up, and I just don't. I already did some jokes earlier, and I just don't want to tell the same joke again. And he goes, that's insane. You're an idiot. Smoke this. And so I smoked it, and then we go inside, and I'm so high, I go, I'm just going to bring you up. I'm not going to do any time. I'm just going to bring you up. And he's like, no, do a couple minutes. And I go, no, but please, just let me just bring you up. And he goes, no, do 5 minutes. This guy's doing really well. Give me, take a little, do a little time in between.
You need a little buffer between comments.
Yeah.
Right.
I said, okay. So I went up there, and I was so high, I was like, I don't even remember what I said in the first half of my set, so I'm just going to tell jokes that I haven't told in years. And when I told a joke...
so you told the audience, you let the audience in on the fact that you had been...
No, the audience didn't know.
They didn't know.
So I would just tell...
okay. Oh, so you just said that to yourself, I'm just going to do jokes I haven't done in 5 years.
Yes,
Okay.
and I walked on stage, and I would tell a joke, and then I would watch the audience, and if they laughed, I would relax and go, okay, that one down. And I did that the whole set. It was horrible. I was so stressed out. And then I just said, ladies and gentlemen, Norm MacDonald. And I look over to my right, and there he is walking the opposite way. and the feature turned him around and pointed him to the stage.
Over here, Norm.
That's how high we got by accident.
By accident, like you tripped on a joint. Right. But I mean,
I love the peer pressure from Norm, though. That's awesome. It's like a high school and middle school all over again.
And he's my hero, so
Yeah.
I just, for me, I was a little worried about him. But then he walked on stage and he opened it up with this great bit, and he was crushing.
Right.
He was destroying, and then he got the light, and then he started to wrap it up, and he started to tell the joke he opened with, and I started to freak out. I was like, oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
And the audience thought it was a joke. They thought he was being Norm.
Sure.
But when he delivered the punchline, and it was the same punchline, they realized he had just forgotten his joke, and they didn't laugh. They felt a little betrayed, and he walked off stage in complete confusion. And
That bit usually kills.
and then the feature goes, "You told the same joke twice, you idiot." And he goes, no. And then he looks at me and he goes, this is your fault. And I never got to work with them again. That was the last time I worked with Norm.
But you know what? With Norm MacDonald, though, that's Norm. He's so irreverent that
You'd almost expect it.
He can do that.
Yeah.
And all this, that's a bit in itself. I mean, look at the cauliflower joke he did on the roast with Bob Saget.
Yeah.
That bit, he purposely went up there on that roast and bombed on purpose.
Yeah.
And it was genius.
Yeah.
And have you heard that bit?
Watch Norm MacDonald roast. Who was he roasting?
It was Bob Saget.
Bob Saget.
Your head looks like a cauliflower or something like that. I'm not going to do the bit, but yeah, go back and watch.
I need your love. You free my mind. I need your love. Yeah, you free my mind. And still alive.
Smells like a fucking pot dispensary in here.
Oh, Norm, let's stay on track here. Let's stay on track. So you were saying, oh, it's been hard for us to get you.
Yeah.
But the truth is, it maybe that's your way of saying you're glad I'm here, but it hasn't been that hard.
No, it's been
hard for me to get on.
I feel like I'm
It's getting
You
Norm
know what
with
I'm
high.
saying? I'm making sense.
It's not you, is it?
No.
No, I'm not gonna. Let's move the show in a good order here. He made me smoke pot, America. This is the truth. I don't believe in God, but my truth. My truth. Outside, he goes, "Come on, you'll smoke. I'm like, if you want me to smoke, I'll smoke. I didn't plan on it because I get chatty. I had a bad experience with getting dog with high. We cross promote.
I meant a cigarette.
No, you didn't.
I meant the
No, you didn't.
the
Other than
vapor.
they gave me pot by accident.
I don't know.
Your producer.
Who are you? I'm Callista Flockhart. Who the hell do you think I am? I'm deaf. Which one of you is Peter Griffin?
He is.
Come on, man. Which one is Peter Griffin?
This is Peter Griffin.
Hey, that's a good one.
Why are you...
No, wait. I'm not finished holding my sides.
Why Why are you here? The doctor said Peter was okay.
Oh, the doctor. Well, I guess he must know, right? I mean, he's a doctor and everything, and I'm just, Death.
Excuse me. Hello, I'm Stewie. Big fan. Look, Death, you made a mistake. I'm not really supposed to be dead.
Oh, I made a mistake, huh? Then what do you call this?
I don't care what that says. You can't take my husband.
Mother, where are your manners? Don't argue with our guest. Won't you join us for dinner, Death?
Oh, no, I don't want to be a bother. Hey, is that turkey?
Yes, Death. We were in the middle of a turkey dinner to celebrate Peter's good health.
Oh, do you mind?
Ew, how did you do that?
Oh, well, let's just say when I was younger, I did some films I'm not particularly proud of. Well, that does it for me. Let's go, Peter.
Wait! You can't go. After dinner, we usually go into the living room and live for another 40 or 50 years.
40 or 50? Let's go.
Hey, Death, you got a file on me?
Yeah, somewhere. It's in the car, I think.
Does it mention that I ran 2 weeks of junior varsity track?
Let's not do this. Hey, look, I caught Flo, Joe. You don't think I can catch you? My ankle! Yeah, listen, don't help or anything. I'm totally fine. Damn Irish.
I got a B+ in health. Is there anything I can do?
Yeah, why don't you boil some water and rip up some sheets there, Einstein? It's a sprained ankle. I just have to stay off it for a few days.
Wait, you can't stay here.
Why not?
You're trying to kill me. Besides, how are we supposed to explain you to Mr. Roper? Hey, make yourself at home, Death. I'm going out for a little while.
Hey, wait. You can't tell anyone I'm here. For if humanity discovers I'm no longer lurking in the shadows, the consequences will be dire.
Go on.
That's it. What the hell do you see in him?
It's your turn, Death.
Yeah, I know I should find this ironic, but really I'm just bored as hell. Hey, how old is this TV? You could probably get the Dumont network on this thing.
You know, Peter is a good man and a wonderful father.
Here it comes.
Could you please find it in your heart to spare him? After all, it isn't really his time.
What'd you make this cocoa out of, crap?
If you want me to make it again...
Sorry, Lois, it's my fault. I just assumed you were going to make it with milk, not crap.
I'll be right back. Joey, leave Death alone.
He's okay. You know, he reminds me a lot of me at that age. I just hope his teen years go better than mine. Boy, talk about awkward.
Oh, baby.
Oh, Sandy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Sandy. Oh. Sandy? Oh, not again. I'm going to be a virgin forever. Or am I?
I brought you something to read.
Oh, glamour. Great. I can learn how to please my man. Go get me an Entertainment Weekly. I hear it's got a great picture of me sneaking up on Tom Snyder.
Can we please talk about Peter? He has so much to live for, Death. He loves his children and me.
Okay. I'll spare his life. But you owe me, if you get my drift. What the hell are you doing? I was talking about another fruit cup. Not bad, though.
Peter, Death just agreed to let you live.
Oh, man, this really is my night. I get to live and I'm on TV.
Our top story tonight, the rules of death no longer apply.
Fascinating story, Tom.
It sure is, Diane. And since the laws of death no longer apply, I can do this.
That's right, Tom.
And now it's time for sports.
Great, the whole world is laughing at me. This is high school all over again. Well, I'll show them. I'll show all of them. Oh, my God, that hurt.
We now return to 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, as read by Norm MacDonald.
'Twas the night before Christmas. Wait, 'twas? What's 'twas?
Is that short for it was? What kind of rush are you in, man? You can't just say it was. Oh, you saved a lot of time there, fella. Oh, don't come at me with that it was stuff. I got things to do. Got to get down to the donut shop. You know, 2 days ago, I was at the donut shop, and I said, hey, donut guy, you got anything warm back there? He says, try the fritters. They were. They were? What does that even mean? They were. You must mean twere. The fritters twere warm. What's that? We're out of time. Oh. I'm fired. Hey, you know O.J. Simpson is a wife-beating murderer, right? Oh, right. Was. 'Twas!
Is it really my fault? 'Cause you try to hit me with your pity till I can't trust, but I still push on. Got me changing my ways, trying to fix it.
And now we return to Sunday Morning with Charles Garreau.
Well, it seems that's all the time we have this Sunday morning. It has come time for us to part, you and I, for I am retiring from CBS News. I have been on the road now for 37 years, and I will miss it. I will miss it much. I will miss the thunder of the big diesels as they roar by me. I will miss the inviting windows of well-stocked general stores reflected in the rearview mirror. I will miss the sight of young cottonwoods and old rattlesnake nests, of winds that blow and rivers that flow. But mostly, I will miss the sex. For that is what brought me to the road in the first place, so many years ago. The promise of sex with a string of anonymous partners across this great land. And oh, how that promise has been fulfilled. There was Thelma Ober, a frail old woman of 75, whose pumpkin pies have been well known to the residents of Cornwall, North Dakota for years. Every afternoon, Thelma leaves her house and strolls gallantly toward town. And wherever Thelma goes, the birds of Cornwall follow. Miss Thelma Ober is known as the Bird Lady, and I had sex with her. I remember Sarah Little, who lived at the end of a long dirt road in the piney woods of Arkansas, and is the best friend a dog ever had. She owns over 450 of them. Oh, and just one more thing. Sarah Little is the town dog catcher. And oh, one more thing. I had sex with her. And I will not soon forget old Ned Harrigan. From Monkland, Maine, the proud possessor of a ball of twine 67 feet around. If he ever unrolled it, it would stretch from Monkland, Maine to the Gulf of Mexico. But, of course, Ned didn't want to unroll it. He wanted me to have sex with his wife. And so I did. And wouldn't you know it, old Ned watched. And I think he learned something, as did we all that balmy August Monkland night. Yes, there were hundreds and thousands more. None of them were very attractive, I suppose, even by backwoods standards. But I couldn't care less. What's done is done. Anyway, those days are past now. I will retire tomorrow and busy myself with more solitary diversions. Perhaps you'll find me knee-deep in a bending piece of water known as the Madison River, trying to fool a trout with a bit of floating feather. Or maybe I'll be practicing something called autoerotic asphyxiation. A curious diversion Eric Severide introduced me to, and I've grown quite fond of. And so, tiddly widdly toodaloo. All I want is to stay with you, but here I go. Goodbye.
Some days we get closer. Things that we never really needed. Promises that we never thought of keeping safe. I guess it's never over if we never got a chance to break away.
Where's Norm? Oh, Shelley. In the 6 weeks you've been gone, he's been under a lot of stress lately, and there's something I ought to tell you about Norm. Oh, my God.
Oh, hey, Shelley.
Norm, what happened?
Huh? Oh, yeah, I got a new shirt. You like it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, I'm a big fat guy now. Visitors to New York's Times Square this winter are in for a bit of a surprise. Crazy people will be shooting at them. Well, New Yorkers were asked in a recent survey what they thought of the new slicked-back hairdo Princess Di displayed on a recent trip to the city. 38% of New Yorkers approved, 45% disapproved, and 17% said, "You stopped me for this? Now I'm going to shoot you." Well, crime is down nearly 20% in New York City, with only 384 murders so far this year. Only 384? You know, if you ask me, that's still 307 too many. That's right. Finally in the news, what is America's most honest city? To find out, a team of sociologists left 10 wallets filled with cash on the street in various urban centers. In Atlanta, 7 of the wallets were returned. In Seattle, 9 of the wallets were returned. But not surprisingly, in New York City, only 1 of the wallets was returned. Empty and shoved up some dead guy's ass. Well, after a 15-year absence, the New York Yankees are back in the World Series. And some New Yorkers have come up with a novel way of snagging those hard-to-come-by tickets. Murdering guys with tickets and stealing them. Police in New York investigating the deranged homeless man who attacked a girl with a hypodermic needle have made a shocking discovery. He's Mickey Rourke.
I need your love. You free my mind. I need your love. Yeah, you free my mind. And still alive.
Everybody's bringing up these licenses for illegals and that they need to have them. And my question is, where are they getting the license plates? Obviously, we're letting them register vehicles without licenses. And in this day of car bombs and stuff, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Thank you, Dan from Boise. Norm, what's your feeling?
Well, I know that the New York Governor Spitzer, I'm trying to get to learn things, but he doesn't want to issue licenses to illegal immigrants, you know, and I don't know how the hell you're going to get a cab in New York City anymore. I mean, it's hard enough, you know, for me especially, as a black man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Norm MacDonald.
Thank you.
you very much. You're very kind. You know, in the, what's that? Oh, yeah, no, you're absolutely right. That is my name. You know, when the people here asked me to do the show, you know, I gotta say, I felt kind of weird, you know. I don't know if you remember this, but I used to actually be on this show, you know. I used to do the weekend update news routine. You remember that? And, yeah. That's where I did the make-believe news jokes, you know. That was me, right? So then, a year and a half ago, right, I had a sort of a disagreement with the management at the NBC. I wanted to keep my job, right? And they felt the exact opposite. So you see, they fired me because they said that I wasn't funny, you know? Now, with most jobs, I could have had a hell of a lawsuit on my hands for that, but see, this is a comedy show. So they got me, you know, you don't want. But now, this is the weird part, right? It's only a year and a half later, and now they asked me to host the show. So I wondered, I go, hey, wait a second here. Hey! I go, how did I go in a year and a half from being not funny enough to be even allowed in the building to being so funny that I'm now hosting the show? How did I suddenly get so damn funny? It was inexplicable to me, because a year and a half, let's face it, is not enough time for a dude to learn how to be funny. Then it occurred to me, I haven't gotten funnier. The show has gotten really bad. So yeah, I'm funny compared to, you know, well, you'll see later. But okay, so let's recap. The bad news is, I'm still not funny. The good news is, the show blows. All right, folks, we got a bad show for you tonight. Dr. Dre, Snoop Doggy Dogg, and Eminem are here. We'll be right back.
We all had to pitch to Lorne, and then I realized early that I would pitch all like my real ideas and I wanted to impress everybody, and I would give and then this happens, and then this is the joke, and then this is, and the big twist is this. Right. So then when it got to the table for table read in front of 40 people, no one laughed because I did the sketch in the room, and then I realized a couple months in there was the art of the fake pitch, and Kevin Nealon and Norm MacDonald, it was like a contest every week to see who could come up with the fucking weirdest fake pitch that the host believed was actually happening, and the rest of the room knew. We all knew it wasn't. Lorne knew it wasn't.
That's awesome.
But I remember Kevin Nealon every week would do 2 fake pitches and go, also I have this idea where you live at the top of one of those runaway truck ramps, you know, in your house all the way up there, and it's like dinner time, a truck comes flying through your house, man. And the host would go, yeah, this is funny. I mean, but every week. And we would all just be laughing so hard. And the host is looking around yeah, that is funny, right? But we're laughing because the host is a fucking moron. And then Norm, I remember, it was Bob Newhart goes, I got this idea. People always confuse literally and figuratively. A guy will go, hey, how was that movie you just saw, you know? And I go, oh, my God. It was so funny. I literally laughed my head off. But hey, he didn't, you know, because he's got a head still. And Bob Newhart just stared at Norm like, that's the stupidest shit I ever heard. And then Norm, like a dog with a chew toy, was like, I'm not leaving this room until lock the doors like a prison movie.
He's going to break him?
Yeah. And he goes, or you go, hey, how's your wife? Well, she literally died. When she got your message, she literally dropped dead right there on the floor. She's died. She literally and like now he's moving like closer.
Did Newhart break at a certain point?
Yeah, eventually he just fucking won. And then that week, Norm did a sketch where he was Charles Kuralt, and he was the only. It was just Charles Kuralt alone talking to camera, and we're all like in full Charles Kuralt makeup, unrecognizable, and you're like, his fake sketches were better than anything I ever actually got on air.
He's amazing, isn't he? He's an amazing guy.
He is amazing.
NORM MACDONALD story. We were filming a sketch. Now, when we first got Sunday Live, NORM MACDONALD sat us all down, the cast, and he goes, listen, I'm the update guy, okay? Now, if I want to do a sketch, I'm like the star, and I don't want it, but I'm getting it on. Don't write any of your sketches and put me in them. Don't put me in any of your gay sketches. That's what he said. He goes, but be prepared. If I'm doing a sketch, it's getting on. All right. 2 years later, he doesn't do any sketches. He just does the update. Pamela Anderson comes on. Now, whenever a beautiful woman would come on, Chris Kattan would always write a sketch where he gets to make out with the girl. And he'd always over-flirt with her, like, oh my God, you're so sexy, you're hot, I want to sex you up, think you're cute, I want to go on a date, you single, I want to hot, and you're sexy. Which was weird, because I always swore that he lived in the closet. Not that I care. No, I'm just saying, I always, you're like, well, you sure? You can tell me if you want, because he was very... he's very flamboyant, and he would always bring up gay in conversation, which was, to me, weird. It's like, you're like, oh my God, I was watching football, and I don't know, it just started making me feel gay. You ever feel that way? No. Not really. But if it makes you, all right. And I took that as a hint, because... Like a pot smoker will hang out with a group and they'll go, and there's always one that drops the little hint to test the crowd. Like, yeah, so if we go out tonight, it'd be weird. I don't really smoke pot, but, maybe tonight if someone's got nothing. But I would never do that, because it's weird, it's drugs and stuff. But you automatically know, like, oh, okay, he's looking for, I'll talk to you when no one's around. So I didn't know if Kattan was that guy. I'm like, oh my God, because he'd say it a lot. He'd be like, oh my God, I was on an airplane, and I don't know, I just felt gay. Not me, but, whatever, knock it out. So, Pamela Anderson, she's on the show, and she goes on, and we're getting ready to do a sketch. Now, when we read a sketch, we try it out on Wednesday. Wednesday, you want to read it, sell it, and try to get it to be picked up to work on for the week. Now, Norm MACDONALD is playing the guy from the Twilight Zone. I don't remember his name, but the sketch is like, imagine, if you will, another place and time. Welcome to the Twilight Zone. So, but Norm, this is how he reads the sketch. He goes, hey, imagine, if you will, another place and time. Twilight Zone, yeah, pig faces. Well, they picked the sketch up, and they put me, Kattan, and Sherry O'Terry in the sketch, okay? Now, it's Saturday. The day of the show. We go on the floor, and if Kattan wasn't starring in a sketch, he'd start nitpicking at other cast members. And he started busting on Norm. He's like, oh my God, Norm, Jesus, you don't even sound like the guy. You're not gonna get this. It's not gonna get picked up. Why are you acting that way? I mean, sound like the guy. Pamela, you're so hot. You're so sexy. Tommy Lee, I'm bigger than Tommy Lee. Me and you can hang out with suck face. God, Norm, you're awful. Sound like him. And the whole time I'm looking at Norm like, you're not gonna do anything? I've seen you be so rude. You're not gonna say something to Catan? You're gonna let him pick on you? And he's just looking at us like, yeah. Nothing happens. Now's the dress show. On Saturday Night Live, there's a live show and there's a dress show. The dress show, they film the whole show. God forbid something happens, they have a show in the can. But also, they do a lot of sketches because you're trying to get on. Sketches are gonna get cut, and then you only see the live version. So we're working our ass off for the dress show. Packed crowd, ready to go. 1 minute for the Twilight Zone. Norm MacDonald, Chris Kattan, Jim Brewer, Sherry Terry to the floor. We get on the floor. As a crowd, our mics are on. Swear to God, Kattan's going, God, Norm, where'd you hear this guy? Sound terrible. I can do impression better. Did you work on it? Pamela, you're so hot. I'm gonna suck your face and rub up against you, and me and you are gonna hang out and suck your face. You go in the party, we're gonna hump and hang out and dry hump your leg at the party. 30 seconds. God, Norm, you're never gonna get this. God, try. Aren't you guys concerned? We're not gonna get on the air. 10 seconds. I'm gonna bam, I'm gonna feel you and I'm gonna rub up against your butt and hot and... Go! Norm MacDonald. Hey, imagine, if you will, another place and time, and that's the same thing. And I went, I can't believe this is where you want to try to knock it out. And he just let it go like that. Now, when the show's over, you walk into Lorne Michaels' room. And when you go in there, there's a billboard. And it shows you what sketches are on. And when we walk in, go ahead, I'll wait for you. When we walk in, take your time, it's over there. And when we first walk in, it says the Twilight Zone sketch. I'm like, wow, how did that make it? So here we are, live show, monologue. Pamela Anderson comes out, first sketch of the night. 1 minute for kickoff of the show. Jim Brewer, Sherry O'Terry, Chris Kattan, Will Ferrell, not Will Ferrell, Norm MacDonald, all this stuff. So we get there, live show. 1 minute to live on the air, Kattan starts. God, Norm, you're like terrible. We got 1 minute. You're gonna sound terrible on national television. Don't you care? Oh my God, you don't even care? Don't you feel gay? God, what's wrong with you? And I can't believe, I'm getting mad that he's trying to throw Norm off his game. He's a live TV. And then, oh my God, Pamela, you go to the party, you're hot, I'm gonna text you up 30 seconds. God, Norm, where'd you hear him? It's terrible. Why don't you stay at the update desk? 20 seconds. Pamela, you're so hot. 15 seconds. Norm had a cigarette, puts it out. 10 seconds. Hey, Kattan. By the way, if everyone didn't know, Kattan's gay, but he doesn't tell anyone he's gay. And that's why he's this angry little bitch, and he just takes it out on everyone, and he tries to hit on Pamela Anderson, who you know would never be with you. She went Tammy Lee. 5 seconds! So why don't you just come out of the closet and admit you're gay and you wouldn't live a lie, you little bitch? We're on! Imagine, if you will, another place in time.
Oh, here's a good one.
Yeah, well, the joke was a bit wordy.
Do you have any other color jokes? I mean, he's just blue and yellow.
Did you just say, do we have any other colored jokes?
I knew you were going to say that.
Fucking Jimmy the Greek over here. I don't want to...
Jimmy the Greek.
How about Jimmy the Greek gets kicked out for being a racist? Meanwhile, they call him the Greek. TV. Mr. Musburger.
Yes, sir.
People that you've worked with, and if you're in... Now listen, you were on TV for years with a guy called Jimmy the Greek.
Jimmy the Greek.
And which I always found odd that he was thrown out for racism. Everybody called him the Greek. But here you had a bookmaker on the program.
I did.
Which I found fascinating. But were there a lot of guys in sportscasting that developed gambling problems? Or not problems.
No,
It's fun.
you mean, yeah, exactly.
By the way, he's got another Greek bookmaker sitting right next to him.
There we go. I was about to say, I've got Chris
He has not changed a bit in that regard. So.
You know, Norm, it was fascinating because I'm going to be perfectly honest. I knew next to nothing. I mean, I knew you could bet on games and on point spreads, and Bob Martin was a legendary. But the Greek would always take me over to the Barbary Coast, and Michael Gunn, who owns the South Point, he was operating the Barbary over there, and Jimmy
Good
Vaccaro.
steak. Good steak.
Best.
Yeah.
You know, he moved Michael's from Barbary right down here to the South Point, as you know. So I said to the Greek, I said, Greek, well, you like going over to the Barbary? I called him the Greek. Hey, Greek. You know, it was unbelievable. He's sitting around. Greek, come on, let's go out here for have a dinner. And
Greek, you have to go. You're racist.
I never really thought
the most racist
when you
Greek
think about
there
it.
is.
When you think about it, he's absolutely. What do you like going to the Barbary Coast for? Hey, parlay cards. Ties win.
Ties win.
that was why the Greek would go to the Barbary Coast, because you were the only guys that has ties winning.
That's a big thing.
He knew value.
Yeah.
He knew value.
That's a lot of EV on the ties win.
Yeah, we still run that ties win card, and I got to make it every week, and I got to tell you, I hate that.
They do not. They don't
Mr. Greek doesn't like it.
No.
I remember they lost money for a while on those 10-point 3-team parlays. I don't know if they do those anymore.
We don't do those anymore. We got wised up on that.
You say I don't listen. I tell you I try. And we both got our own problems. But
A reporter from WRC-TV was asking questions about Martin Luther King's birthday and the progress blacks have made in society. There, CBS sports commentator Jimmy the Greek Snyder gave his impressions of blacks in coaching in the National Football League. His answers could raise as much controversy as the statements by former Dodgers executive Al Campanis last April on ABC's Nightline news program.
Yeah, pretty soon they're going to have to equalize it for the blacks, for the Greeks, the Jews, and for everybody. I mean, let's make it equal for everybody, you know.
And is it equal? What about in sports?
Well, they've got everything. If they take over coaching like everybody wants them to, there's not going to be anything left for the white people. I mean, all the players are black. I mean, the only thing that the whites control is the coaching jobs. Now, I'm not being derogatory about it, but that's all that's left for them. The black talent is beautiful. It's great. It's out there. So the only thing left for the whites is a couple coaching jobs.
Yeah, but maybe we need to get more black coaches, don't we?
Oh, it's all right with me.
Okay, well,
I'm sure that they'll take over that pretty soon, too.